Welcome to the Atlaran Adventuring Company. This is the world of Atlaran. We've entered the early stages of an industrial age that has begun taming the wilderness across the world. And while progress brings solutions, it also brings new and more complex problems, and tends to pick at old wounds left unhealed. The first trains have begun to run in the north along with airships, but the long-ignored issues of stolen land, pollution, and deforestation have begun to fester, to name only a few. But our focus and our second story is on one small group of new allies and their own struggles and battles against a changing, dangerous world. Our particular window in time falls 500 years after the calamity and the great shattering of Harris. With any luck, this story will resonate across time like the last.
Christmas Fortunemær, a dodgy charlatan formerly of the Jade Street Crows gang, but he doesn't remember that part of his life. With a 5-year memory gap and having only recently rediscovered friends he'd forgotten, Christmas is suddenly on a dangerous path left by his former self. Thankfully, he's a master of charm, theatrics, and disguise, and when those don't work, he has found family that, whether he remembers them or not, will fight to the last beside him.
Magda Wrenly, a professional mercenary and member of the revered Taiylor clan of monster hunters. With a wasting curse weighing on her shoulders that can't be dismissed by normal means, Magda has been left to search for an unconventional cure. Now, she's found herself with a group of allies she didn't ask for, and friends whose love she doesn't understand. Years of dealing with regret, ill health, and distrust have left her slow to ask for help.
Noah Borago, a cheery alchemist from Reese's Ridge and son of a well-known engineer and apothecarist. Noah's upbringing was colorful, to say the least, leading to his expertise in potions and mechanical contraptions. He's out in the world to find new ideas and support the family business. But now, he's stumbled into a pile of issues that most rich kids from the suburbs just don't deal with. But in his own words, usually with a gun and a grin leveled at the current problem, "Don't you worry there, guy, everything's gonna be hunky-dory."
Foostrak Wildborn, a wandering warrior from the Nathar clan and student of the runic battle traditions of the Giantkin. Raised by folk who believed in the survival of the fittest, but refused to adapt to the modern world, Foostrak left the clan to seek outside knowledge to hopefully bring home one day. He is set on helping his people survive, even if they're stuck in their old ways and don't realize how badly they need his insight.
Oh, hi, and welcome to the Atlaran Adventuring Company. I'm your DM, Taiylor Wallace. Yeah, we're doing stuff today.
I thought you were doing a Taiylor impression for a second. I was like, oh wait, no, it's Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh my god, no. Oh, Taiylor couldn't hear us the whole time.
No.
No.
What's going on? We're live.
Great,
Hi,
cool.
everybody.
I said, why did hello. Did anybody do an intro, or is that up to me?
Yeah, I did an intro.
Ben did.
Yeah, 1 second. I wasn't ready. Said I was going to fill up on water. You didn't tell me you started already.
Yeah, we were just starting
He
without
said you have 40 seconds.
Well, you didn't tell me you had started everything.
Oh, no, he did. You just missed it.
You were having...
It's cool.
Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to the Atlaran Adventuring Company. I am your Dungeon Master, Taiylor Wallace, and I'm finally back.
Yay.
I went to Florida on accident. But joining me, I've got... Did we do the joining me thing?
No.
No, not yet.
Okay, I got Astrid Knight.
You can find me on all the places at Astrid K Writes or on my website, astridnight.com. I wrote a book. It's called Perception Check. It's about D&D and being sad. You can check that out everywhere. Don't ask me when the sequel's coming, because I don't know. And that's everybody is asking me about it. I'm definitely not freaking out about it. Back to you.
Kind of sounds like you're freaking out about it.
I'm freaking out about it a little bit. Yeah.
Train wreck. Not you.
I mean,
just in general.
indie authors in general have trained all these people that, like, we write a book every month kind of thing. So now it's like, they're like, what do you mean it takes a year to write this massive fucking book?
You mean you've trained them that you write a book every month?
Yeah, you're the problem.
I specifically did not do it. I just contributed to the problem.
Anyway, speaking of writing a book every month, we have Blake Wolfe.
Hi, I'm Blake Wolfe, and I write a book every 2 months. I don't write a book every month.
Oh, sorry.
I only wrote 6. Well, technically, I wrote 8 books this year, but I haven't published 2 of them. I'm sitting on them. So
he's not James Patterson.
Not yet. I haven't hired anybody to write my books.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I write gay fantasy books. Here's one of them. Ow! I hit myself. And yeah, you can go find the cover's cool. Yay. I don't know. Go read them. I guess there's gays and animals with.
When is your audiobook coming out?
It's out. I published it 5 weeks ago, and it's still not fucking live yet. So I'm gonna open a Shopify store this weekend, and I'm just gonna sell it my damn self.
Yeah.
Because it's like book 2 is gonna be in my hands in a week, and the other one still isn't live yet. So yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Slow as fuck. So yeah.
Is it Audible who's taking forever?
It's everybody. I used a distributor. It has gone live on nobody yet. And we're past the point of like them saying it should have been done by now.
Yeah.
So.
Sounds like somebody should be getting their money back.
I didn't pay anything to distribute it.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, it was free distribution.
At least there's that.
But
sounds like somebody should get a coupon for fries.
Ooh, fry coupons. Oh, I guess Taiylor, back to you.
Yeah, thanks. We also have Zack Gale.
Hey, everybody. I'm the guy that writes the spooky shit. I have a book. Some Empty Houses Might Really Be Haunted. You can get it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And you can also find me on Twitter for however long that fucking dumpster fire sticks around.
It's been sticking around. You can stop saying it now.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
it's still
is it going to stick around? Yeah, it's still an absolute shit show. At Zachary G Author, and yeah, that's me.
Cool. And we have our even more suffering stream master this week, Zack Koop.
Oh, don't give him all that. He's fine.
Yeah. You are.
He'll sound better because he won't be talking.
Oh my god.
What a
my god. Bitchy. Yeah, Harris, weren't you just saying how Christmas would beat Foostrak's ass?
Oh, yeah.
So
absolutely.
Maybe we shouldn't talk.
After our last level up in a one-on-one fight, there's absolutely no way Foostrak would win.
Yeah. Oh, Corey says that you still can't be heard again, Koop.
Oh, no.
God.
There's a window right behind him, and I'm a little worried.
I was worried he was just going to, like, pick up the cat and just... like...
Oh, and she's so cute. Look at her face. Look at my knees.
Just takes off the headset and turns around, just whips it through the window.
Here, let me grab the stream.
Yeah,
it's fine. Nobody's watching anyway.
Wow, Corey's watching.
I mean, does Corey count?
Can we get subtitles? Can we get subtitles? what Koop is saying.
Yeah,
I know
but if
YouTube
it-
auto-generates them, but
Yeah, if his audio isn't coming through, the
Yeah.
captions won't generate.
no.
Did you just
Oh,
say,
that's-
can we get subtitles about a live stream?
Yes.
Yikes. That's like when someone asked me to print...
Yikes.
It's like, I'm pretty sure I can be heard now. But yeah, that's like at work yesterday
Victoria
when
says no.
someone asked me if I could
Oh,
print a document
Okay,
and then
yeah.
email it to them.
Yes.
They asked
We sure
me,
can. It's called a PDF.
They asked me, no, like legit, they asked me, they were having printer problems. I'm probably going to get fired for saying this, but anyway, they were having printer issues, and so they wanted me to email the document to them. They could download the file, but when they printed it, they were having problems. So they said, why don't you just email it to me? But that's not what they actually said. They specifically said, hey, can you print it first and then email it to me?
Yep. Sure can.
Well, I mean, not really. That's called mail. That's how that works. It's not
I would
email.
just
it's
send
mail.
them an email and be
Yeah.
like, there you go, there's the print. Like a picture of it, and just be like, yeah, there
Yeah.
it is.
Just,
Just get a lineup of pigeons and say, which one of these would you prefer?
it makes me think of.
Oh my god, Bertha's real slow.
It just makes me think of Ragnarok, Thor Ragnarok, when he's like, "Oh, you could have just sent me an electronic message. Do you have a phone or a computer?" No. Anyway, I've talked far more than I intended to, and most of it wasn't even heard. Taiylor, back to you. What do you do for real this time?
Hi. We're 15 minutes in and we haven't even started yet. Hello, everybody.
hey, it's like the old day.
It really is, though. Just less elk screaming. Yeah. I miss Ted.
I miss.
Then bring him
a
back.
lot of
You're the
stuff.
DM.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
he's
the DM.
wherever
He
you
shows up
want.
whenever.
Campaign 3 will be his shining moment. It'll be great. But anyway,
Bless.
hello everybody. I'm Taiylor Wallace, Dungeon Master, and just fucking fried today. So we'll see how this goes.
Highway.
Yeah, I was about to say it. You can, if you think you want to give Twitter another try, you can find me at Taiylor Wallace, Taiylor Wallace. Taiylor Wallace. Make sure you misspelled or you never find me. Shut the fuck up. All of our links are in our link tree on screen or in the descriptions. For those that are listening, it is Linktree. There's a dot before the two E's. Uh-oh. What happened? Sorry, something just flickered on my screen. It is Linktree/Atlaran Adventuring Co. If you like our stuff, support us on Redbubble and listen to our stuff and buy our books and all that stuff. How many times can I say stuff?
No.
Anyway.
Oh, and Atlaran has a book with the Obsidian Archive. Wayward
Oh
and
shit,
Wild.
yeah. Hang on.
I got it here.
We got it.
Ah!
It's a real
All three
thing.
of us wrote a book.
Yeah. They wrote the book. I edited it, but I made the
All
That's not true,
three
you
of the
wrote
five of us.
Stuff.
Yeah, all three of
You
the
do
five
have-
of us wrote the
You
book.
have stuff in here that's yours.
I know.
Straight up
No,
yours.
I'm not discrediting myself. I built the damn world. I've been working on it for 8 years. I will take
I am
credit.
God.
I am literal God in this world.
I love that got more nasally. You're like, I'm literally God.
I missed you guys.
Mm.
Yes. So last time, I'm gonna try to remember what happened. I know the big thing that happened. So
We beat ass.
what?
We beat ass.
Yes.
To beat the ass.
Beat one of the asses.
Yeah.
Yes.
An offshoot
clapped
of
them
the
cheeks.
ass.
An offshoot of the ass.
It was the leftmost hemisphere of the left cheek
Oh my God.
of the ass.
Anyway,
Nobody likes the left.
last time, you
Right or
guys headed off for, I believe last time was when you picked up Jasper, so, you guys headed off for Tourisaz and reunited with your buddy Jasper.
Reunited.
As well as Razvan.
Sorry.
And got a little update from Lieutenant Tom. It was so
He
nice.
got new legs.
You got me.
Got up. God damn it!
That's the one instigating.
No, I know. I'm used to it.
I'm sorry, I'm carving right now, so my brain is just like fully aware of what's going on.
Okay. But picked up those guys and decided to head off for Ansu's to try to get back Bravia Kirstensen. After sneaking your way through a literal war zone and only having to kill a couple people, I'm pretty sure.
Koop did drop a corpse on an entire battalion of
I
experience.
hadn't gotten there yet.
God, that was beautiful.
Damn it. Let me tell my fucking story. God damn it, Harris. But yeah, only managed to kill a couple people at first before Christmas went full distraction mode, became a deep crow, and dropped a dead guard on a bunch of people to cause a distraction. You guys got into Golbelier Tower's courtyard to dig up Jack, which, you know, that's fun. Just digging up graves. And I believe, if I remember correctly, you guys teleported with him because you couldn't stay there.
Yeah, we put him in a bag of holding.
Yep, you ended up back at the top of the Turisaz Tower without any warning to Murdoch, which, you know, you're just going full Mighty Nine there. And upon trying to resurrect him, you were not able to. But I believe it was Christmas who realized that you could counterspell something.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't
Yeah,
know.
he tried to.
Yeah,
he tried to
Christmas
counterspell the
counterspelled
hold.
it. And then Noah
Got counterspelled.
got the
But yeah,
Wow.
Noah spotted an Atlas moth perched on the tower near you guys and shot it because that's what
Promptly.
Noah does.
Yep.
And it lost its form to become a person.
Turned into a bitch.
Yeah,
No, we turned him into a bitch.
yes.
That's true.
And a
Specifically,
battle
our bitch.
ensued with this person who's like, I know you guys know who it was, but you guys never asked any questions. You never talked to him, nothing. So big old battle with this bitch who went through 3 stages of Mothra.
Disrespectful Mothra is what that is.
Also
It's Batra.
almost managed to kill 3 of you. But because D&D is stupid, all 3 managed to survive.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You managed to bring back Razvan after he got his ass handed to him. And after
D&D's not stupid. You just give me stuff and I hold on to them for years.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm fairly careful about what I give you.
Mm.
Or at least I was up until I was like, nah, we're in like later Act 3. Let's do this.
Also, here's a bucket.
Right?
I said, now I'm careful.
Now.
I learned my lesson, mostly, and then I gave him a thunder pony, but that caused great entertainment, so...
That was really fun.
Still one of my favorite moments from this campaign. But, yeah, you guys kicked Mothra's ass, also known as Reziel, and once you did, you heard Sav scream. So yeah, that's fun. I believe where we last left off, you guys were still at the top of the tower. You'd just gotten Razvan back from the brink of death, but could not bring back Jack.
Baby, come on.
So, I hope nobody long rested your characters, but you did level up.
Yep.
You are standing at the top of Torisaw's tower. What would you like to do?
So what in the fuck was that?
I'm assuming some bad stuff thing.
Well, we know he has children.
Oh,
That was
okay.
pretty tough to defeat, so...
We killed a child.
A
A child.
I don't think it was
No.
like a
Was there
children.
by chance when it took its regular form, like the first form, was there a passing resemblance to Lorcan?
Oh, after Noah shot him?
Yeah.
No, but you do know that when Foostrak used a moonbeam on him, he reverted to a different form, which was a moth, a gigantic moth.
Yeah.
Gigantic Atlas moth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the moth thing is also a connection, so...
I think at this point, Foostrak would probably remember his dream and seeing the moth over Rodri's crib.
Mm-hmm.
And would ask if anyone has the ability to send a message.
I
Solid
just hand
does
you
that.
one of my Vodro scrolls.
Oh, well, yeah, with the Vodro scroll, I'll just write a letter to Waifin really quick and just say, hey, pretty sure we just killed Sav's son, who was a giant moth. Maybe keep a little closer eye on Rodri than normal. Just because. Just
After probably like 5 minutes or so, you will get a response back from the ship's Vodro box, basically, that Waifin will tell you that at the moment the ship is holding steady and they're all good, but she has alerted the captain and they are ready should something happen.
alrighty.
All right.
Yay.
Yeah. So you guys still have the dead body of Jack Kirstensen.
Does anybody have, like, there's a spell, right, that you can preserve the body?
Gentle repose.
Yeah.
Jasper might, but he's down below. We should probably go. I'm just waiting for Murdoch to come up them stairs, screaming and yelling at us, but I figure we might as well meet him halfway.
I mean, with the fight that we had up here, if he isn't up here already, I don't know he's in the tower. We're not exactly subtle.
Where is Jasper?
He
Don't
went to
know.
go find him, so we should head into the tower.
Well, are we gonna leave Jack here to just...
Nope.
Cook
And I'm just
in the
going to pick
sun.
him up and put him over my shoulder
Oh,
and just start going
okay.
down the stairs.
I mean, we can just open up a bag. Be like, here, just,
Oh, that's
that's
true. And
true.
I'll get him by the armpits again and just lower him into the bag.
God.
pillowcase.
Yep.
Got it.
Well, yeah. If you guys head down into the tower with all you peeps, excuse me, you will find that just on the first floor, as you guys hit the ground floor, you will find that in the center of the room, there's a cage hanging from the ceiling now, and Jasper's in it.
Oh. He's a stripper now.
And he's managed to bend the bars a little bit, but not enough to get out. And he's still trying. You can see little claw marks all over it.
What are you
And-
doing up there?
I didn't choose to be up here. I got stuck. It was trapped.
Somebody failed a dexterity check.
Yeah, he rolled a natural one.
Is
Poor
there a
buddy.
door or anything on it?
From what you can see, it looks like the bottom comes out.
Cool. I will just pick at that with
It's up high.
Yeah, I know.
Like how high?
The ceiling itself is about 20 feet, so the cage is probably hanging down to like 15.
Well, if it was
Foostrak,
trapped,
lift me up.
You raise me up.
I don't
just
think he'll
hold on
be
to the
able
bottom
to
of those
extend you
feet.
20 feet.
Well,
It's 15 feet. I just have to reach above my head.
Yeah, Foostrak is almost 7 feet tall. If he extends his arms up above him, that's going to give him at least another 2 feet.
Okay,
and then
yeah.
Noah's almost 6 foot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It'll be alright. Yeah, do a lockpicky.
Cool. Guidance.
Okay.
we're in a weird mood today, guys.
Why?
I don't know. It's just
I think we're just still
it's
goofy.
a good vibe.
Yeah.
33.
We.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I rolled a
Yeah.
9.
You guys, I want to imagine that you guys do the full cheerleader thing of like you walk up to Foostrak and he like grabs you, he's like above his head, and you're just
like-
holding him by the feet.
No, I would say that Noah probably flies through the air. He does one of those things where like he tucks together, like he bends himself and touches his toes and like lock picks it real quick, falls back down, Foostrak catches him, done. Jasper
Yep.
falls out the bottom.
Yeah. No, the moment you open the bottom of that cage, you just hear and Jasper hits the floor. Let me roll to see how good our little dexterous boy is at landing on his feet.
Fine.
He's a monk. He should be completely
Yeah.
fine. They have slow fall.
Oh, well, I know that, but that doesn't always mean that you land on your feet.
Mm.
I also just like to torture my characters. We know this.
Breaks the horn.
Aw.
But yeah, no, he lands on his feet like a cat, like on all fours. He's just like, ugh! Okay. He stands up and like brushes himself off and he says, "That was kind of embarrassing. Thank you."
Yeah, no
I didn't
problem.
find him, if you couldn't tell.
No, you
That's
found the
okay.
cage though.
Yeah, I think he left because that trap wasn't there before.
Is there a couch in here?
This is the bottom floor, so yeah, there would be like lounge stuff.
Cool. I'm gonna go face plant into a couch.
Cool. Sala will follow you and just kind of sit down next to you and just like brush your hair back.
Yeah, I'm also like near death, so I'm gonna like.
Are we taking a short rest then?
Sounds like it.
I'm going to make sure that Razvan gets into a chair because he's probably not doing great.
Yeah. Razvan has been kind of following along silently, just like with 1,000-yard stare going on. So he just like plops down and just like grabs a pillow and hugs it.
You saw the other side, didn't you, buddy?
Yep.
Does he have a phoenix mark on him now? Because I know that, like with the phoenix tears, a flame came out of my phoenix mark.
No, he does not have one.
Okay, do I still have mine?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was something like that did anything, but
You a phoenix knot, bro.
yeah, I love it so much.
Is anybody poisoned or anything? Okay, I wasn't sure.
I believe that was an effect that I had last time.
Okay.
No.
I will hand Razvan another one of my experimental elixirs.
Okay.
And it doesn't really matter what he gets, but he does get 11 plus 4. He does get 15 HP back.
Okay. What's the effect?
That's a good question.
He dies.
I'm finding out.
It does 45 damage, but heals for 11.
Oh my god.
He rolled a 4, so he gets a D4 added to the number of every attack roll and saving throw they make for the next minute.
Nice.
Good lord, that's
Punches
good.
and kill. But yeah. You guys can take a second to short rest if you like. But you have a dead Master Arcanist, a mostly dead Minotaur, and several half-dead party members.
Roast beef.
Foostrak is the only beef that can't be roasted.
That is true.
That's true. The impossible beef.
God.
Yeah, plant.
By the way, when I check my Phoenix mark, I am just going to like put a hand on it and just say a quiet thank you to Ethvara. And then go back to looking after Razvin, because he did say that he thinks he's going to retire.
Yes, he did.
He's had a real rough couple of weeks.
Yes.
When you guys take a short rest, in case you want to save some of your die, you get to add a D10 for free onto it.
Oh, sweet.
Because I have Song of Rest.
A D10 for 3 of them?
No, a D10 for free.
Oh, for free.
Oh,
for free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. That I used all my hit die and I am barely halfway.
Yikes.
Solid's doing a little bit better.
It's fine.
But yeah, while you guys chill, Jasper sort of goes around the whole group, checking in with everybody, making sure y'all get your fictions.
The accidents.
That's the slogan of a dumb soda brand. Cleric. Is anybody still not doing great after the short rest?
Hold on.
Physically, fine. Mentally, that's a different story.
Yeah.
That was fucked up.
Killing a young god will do that to you. A very, very minor god.
Was there anything left behind when he died, or did he just turn to ash?
A single Atlas moth wing.
Oh, that's right.
Which I
Noah
have in a jar. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. During all of this, Magda, Jasper
Hold
will
on,
come
I'm
up
still,
to.
I'm still calculating my. I'm sorry.
That's fine. You
No, I
should have
lost
just
count.
used D&D Beyond.
No.
Ash has those 147 sets of dice for a reason, thank you.
Yeah. You can do somebody else.
Hey.
Oh my god, fine, I'll just do it on D&D Beyond.
It is
just roll mine on
so
Google.
much faster.
I know it's faster, but I like having my dice.
You also then don't have to do math.
Yeah. Anyway, Christmas, you will, during this rest, you will get a Vodro message that arrives for you from Tristan Kepler.
Interesting.
Oh boy.
And
we just made it to the hideout because time is fucking in the Feywild.
Kinda, yeah. The short version is essentially we've made it to the break, and we have met with Morgan.
We saw you 2 hours ago. How are you?
But he says that while the rest of the crows have been like accepted and will be part of the Court of Reckoning as per your request, Morgan has asked to speak with Tristan a while before she offers it to him because she wants to get a better idea of what he's going to do. Now, I believe you discussed this with Morgan, didn't you?
A little bit.
Yeah. Morgan knows Tristan's history at this point. So she wants to get an idea of where his head's at the moment. But Tristan basically says they're there, and they're gonna try to do something worthwhile. He's not sure what yet.
Cool. I can write back with the Vodro skull, right?
He would have sent a letter through Vodro Post, so it's not like it's a regular piece of paper.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Solid does have sending now.
Yeah, that's true. No, I'm good.
Okay. Are you ready, Ash?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. It's okay.
Not without it.
Yes.
As you get settled, where does Magda chill out?
I think just like up against a wall somewhere because Christmas took the couch, so just kind of
There's
like
loads of furniture.
A couch.
oh well.
You can
I
be
don't
wherever
know.
you want to be. Make your own dream space.
My God.
I'm going to be slumped up against a wall.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the beanbag.
There's probably like poofs around.
I'll
Yeah.
take the
The futon.
plastic like blow up armchair. I'll take that.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
Guys.
Yeah.
But yes, after a bit, as Magda settled and like a couple people are doing rounds of the group who are like doing better than the others, Jasper will come up to you and just kind of plop down next to you. Hi,
Hi.
are you okay?
Getting better. I almost died, but it's fine.
Yeah, I can kind of tell just by looking at you that you.
Look like shit.
What?
Thanks.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I got stuck down here and wasn't any help, but
It's fine. We did it. That's all that matters. So
but other than that, like outside of this, are you okay?
does he know about Gwen?
Oh yes.
Okay. I don't.
I'm going to take that as a no.
Yeah, that's your answer. So
Okay. And he sort of like leans his shoulder against you. Says, I'm sorry I wasn't there to help.
you wouldn't have been able to do anything anyway.
Maybe not, but I really liked her. And I wish I could have been there to, be one more buffer. But I'm going to help you get her back.
I appreciate that.
What?
I appreciate that.
Yeah. I've done a lot of, in between everything else, I've been doing a lot of thinking about sort of how we can actually accomplish that with Sav involved and everything. And I was talking to some of the other master arcanists about it too, ways to even get a hold of him, because as long as he's on the other side of the Demiweir, it's going to be really hard for us to get at him. And he needs to go. So I think this fight upstairs is honestly a good first step for that, but we need a way to get to him, because he can't come to us. And I don't know if anybody in this group can help with that, but I did. Yeah.
The reason that we were able to get Lorcan back was a summoning spell, but that was just for Lorcan. I don't think it's going to quite be the same.
No. No, a summoning spell is not going to pull a creature like that through the Demiweir.
Oh.
But
well,
I was
back in.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, there's
No,
a
go
slight
ahead.
delay.
I know. Well, back in the day, when they defeated Alaka, they used the Realm Gate. So that's always a possibility.
Well, the problem with the realm gate is that it's always in a static location. If he had any idea we were coming, he could be ready for us. But also, I don't think the realm gate connects to Stjernegaard, which is where he is.
Oh.
But I was doing a little bit of research, now that I actually know what to research. And I think if we can actually find a way to do it, I think I have an idea on what materials we would need. Because when you realm travel, sometimes you need a specific material to get there. Like those ripcord things. And I think I know what we need for Stjernegaard.
What do we need?
It's basically like a piece of a star. Kind of.
Like an actual star?
Yeah, like an actual star.
Well, I don't think space travel is a thing.
Well, it's either a piece of a star, which could be interpreted in a few different ways, or we might be able to make it work with a specific type of meteorite. Still working on it. It would need to be tested, but unless there's some way to get there already that I don't know about.
Can I hear them talking about this?
Yeah.
Piece of a star. Would I have any idea if I've ever come across an ingredient like that?
You do know of there is, so you've never had it yourself, and it honestly sounds like a joke to you, but you have heard of like stardust being used in poetry.
Okay.
What that actually means, you're not sure. And being the alchemist that you are, you know a little bit more about sort of minerals and metals and whatnot, and how technically everything is star material, but you don't know if this is poetic piece of the star or actual piece of an active star. It's not clear.
I guess I'll walk over to them and be like, where did you read this? That it's a piece of a star.
I found, so down in my people's barrow, we have a lot of carved out stories of different gods and whatnot, and I actually found something there that it was about Sav. And according to what little writing is down there, the door, and he like reaches into his like little journal, he says, the door to Stjernegaard is locked by the heart of a star. And I went and did some research at some of the libraries, and from what I can tell, no one's ever really been there, but they repeat it, the heart of a star, a piece of a star, or something like that.
Getting some Neil Gaiman vibes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Even guised in nymphish beauty. I guess he technically would have his face down in a pillow, so if you want me to muffle it, I can. But just face down in a pillow. Even guised in nymphish beauty and elvish grace, the rotting star emerged to stalk every green and breathing thing. How in the fuck did we not see that?
Beautiful. What is that?
Thanks, Ash.
I love that. No, I love that so much.
That was in
would
character.
Totally be Magda. Yeah.
No,
Yes.
It's an excerpt from a story about Sav.
Are they saying that he's a star?
I have no idea.
I turned to Magda. I'm like, did Did the collective ever keep a piece of Alarka?
I don't think there was anything left of him. Not that I can remember from... Well, were there any other pieces of old gods too? I mean, that could always be a thing as well.
You know who we need
Maybe
to talk
it doesn't
to?
have to be. Huh.
Who the fuck were we gonna find after this?
Droval.
That's right.
Yeah, you
Oh,
guys
yeah,
were
Droval.
hoping that since you had Jack, you'd find
Yeah.
Alistair and Droval.
Yeah.
We'd have to go to Issa.
Well, the Freedom's Edge requires
Issa.
some
Whatever,
incredibly
wherever they are.
rare materials in order to fix.
You mean
after
Liberty's
use.
Edge?
Sure, yeah. America's Edge requires rare materials to fix after use. If anyone would know the whereabouts of said, rock from the sky, Derval might be someone to talk to about that, because if he, has an item that requires these items and knows where to get those, he might know something. They might, he or they, which one? No.
Droval?
He.
They.
They.
Oh,
they
they?
might know
Oh.
where to find, this piece of star.
Yeah.
I mean, there may be someone else too, but it would involve us taking another trip.
Oh, God.
We're taking a trip to find Derval anyway, and that's kind of the next thing. So I was thinking, we killed two birds with one meteorite.
Well, I was kind of thinking the Elder Druid up in Amnoblin.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna nix that right now. We are not going to Amnoblin.
Yeah, go talk to Rhea. It'll be great.
Well, I was thinking the Monomarig.
Is that a fallen star?
Oh,
The
yeah,
Monomarig
it is.
is a massive fucking meteor.
That's right.
completely
I forgot. The
Look
what
at
if
Ben's
it's
face.
the
I completely forgot.
no wait.
Hold
What
on.
if what are the little guys who are in there again?
The Monomar?
The Malandrada.
The Malandrada,
Oh,
yeah.
Malandrada.
Yeah.
Well, and
they're-
what was in the center of that star? It was a
Malandrada.
giant fucking dragon.
That was,
It was?
Yeah.
that was Alsana Atara. That's
Oh, yeah.
Urseomat's
Like-
sister.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Completely forgot.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I
To
was
be
thinking
fair, that
like
wasn't
the,
in this campaign.
I was thinking
Yeah.
of like what are the crystals made out of that the God fuck what are they called? Used to
The
be
Earth Blood Fountains?
no the
No.
people the Lycari.
Oh, the
So,
staves.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
what was the crystal the staves were made out of kind of thing or
you don't know. No one's ever asked that question.
So,
Yeah.
Taiylor, I
Yep.
might be making something up,
What?
but
this is
This whole
D&D.
thing is made
Wasn't
up.
Everything
there-
is made up.
wasn't there came a point in this campaign where we all thought that there might be another Monomarig situation in Frosthold on the other side of the equator. Am I making that up, or is that something that actually came up at some point?
I think you may be mixing that up with the
Yeah, I don't.
anchor trees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Though,
I remember at
Christmas
some
would
point we
probably
had
know.
a thought that there would be something on the, within the Jotun circle.
oh, yes.
We had a
Oh,
thought
there
that there
is.
was
Yes,
something in
there
there
is.
that we wanted to go get.
There is, I don't know if it's something that specifically your party wanted, but I have mentioned before how the Jotun Circle, held by the Ice Giants, the Jotunar, they basically try to hold on to most of the Antarctic region because there's very little like growing land. It's where they herd their livestock and whatnot. But within the sort of like cap, the South Pole, they keep sort of the heart of their civilization. And not a lot of people really know what it's like because one, very few people can survive there, and two, they keep it very, very secret. There is not a second Monomarig there, but there is something that pretty much no non-ice giants have seen, save for maybe some Geary.
Seems once again we find ourselves at a crossroads as to what to do.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
We know that Draval needs us, though.
Well, and if we get Droval, we might be able to get them up to Amnoble and keep them safe.
We're gonna have to find them first.
Yeah.
Sala, did you finally figure out sending?
What do you mean, finally? I don't like your attitude.
Oh my god, 24 hours and we're already seeing the end of a marriage.
Yes,
Yep,
yes,
it's
I
over.
did. Yes, I did.
Can
What do you need?
Send a message to Alistair and let him know that we failed?
Okay.
Maybe you could probably word that better.
I mean, you have 25 of them, so, use as...
Do we tell them that we still have Jack's body?
25 words, so, figure out what you can do with that.
Yeah, Sala begins her casting, which her casting of sending is a little bit different. Every person has their own way that they do it. Like Walter draws the runes into the air, which is a particularly common version. But Sala,
I pull out my
I promise I'm not copying Essek. She pulls this like line of gold thread, and instead of speaking into it, she actually like pushes the thread, almost like writing in cursive. And instead of just speaking her message, she writes it out into the air and sends it. This golden thread wraps up and disappears. And after a moment, she gives a little nod and she says, "He's not surprised." And
Really feeling the faith.
he says he's with Droval and things are mostly under control.
I don't really like the word mostly.
Is anything under control right now, Foostrak?
That's a fair point.
We need to get there.
You don't suppose that Serena's going to be over there, do you?
We have...
Serena's probably around, so if Reziel is dead, then that means she's going to probably step up for...
I have a feeling she's probably going to come after us.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sav's been taking people away from us long enough. It's time he lost one of his.
Well, the safest place probably is by all of the most powerful magic users on the planet, so...
Then we're going to the Yarrow?
Where was it?
What are you guys
Uh,
looking for?
We're gonna
We're
go
going to
to
the Thessa Ridge.
Droval and Alistair.
That's like southeast of Yera by
Yeah.
2 weeks of travel.
Oh, okay. I can't remember what I didn't bring up the map. What's the one that's right on the
shit.
ridge
Hold on.
line?
Hold on. I forgot to open roll 20.
Ugh, it's so hard to carve in cursive, y'all. Backwards cursive.
Also, should we maybe let the Master Arcanist know that the top of his tower is like a little scorched and bloody?
I mean, he was kind of rude, so we don't have to.
He's also not here, so it's kind of like his problem.
Kind of his fault for
Okay.
not
Yeah.
locking it. Yeah.
We can leave
Yeah.
him a note.
Eh.
Start writing a note. It's just like, sorry about your tower. You already know who it is how I'll sign it.
So Thessa Ridge is in the foothills of the Annalise Range. The nearest town being Augur Post. Or wait, no, it's down here. Nearest town, it's between Augur Post and Rovaheim.
I'll look
Has
over
anybody been to Augur Post?
Yeah, I'll look over at Walter.
No.
Is
Looking at Walter,
Yeah.
and he looks at you. He's like, "Yes."
Is it closer to Augur Post or closer to Roheim?
I think it's marginally closer to Augur Post.
Cool. You got it in you to shoot us over there, or do we have to wait until we sleep for a bit?
I can try to get us there
Okay.
tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean,
Have you been there?
No.
What?
Mm.
You were selling illicit weapons all over the continent and you haven't been there?
Yeah.
Wait, didn't I just ask you if you'd been there and you said yes?
No,
Isn't that
he
how the
hasn't been to
conversation
Thessa
started?
Ridge.
No, Augur Post.
Oh, yes, Augur Post he has been to, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a trading post. Of course he's been there.
Yeah,
so we
that's
get
why
there
we were like, what?
I mean, we're gonna have a little bit of travel to do anyway, but that's what Kiatori are for.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hot 2-3 weeks to get there, depending on what kind of transportation you got. But yeah.
Noah.
Yeah.
Depending on what happens in Ansu's, you may or may not want to send Stella there. Because things weren't looking too good when we were there.
Oh, yeah. We can change them at any time.
Cool. I want to put my face back in this pillow now and go to sleep.
Okay. So Walter looks around. He's like, "Does that mean we're staying here?"
I mean, if we're not leaving till tomorrow, where are we going?
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
the
That's why
AMC
I
could
asked.
probably put us up if needed.
Well,
We could
don't
just stay
need
here.
We don't need anyone to put us up. We have our own abilities to make our own space.
Yeah,
I was just
Walter has
wondering,
his-
That's true.
Tower.
wondering where you want me to put it.
So should we leave? We should
probably-
probably leave.
Actually, probably not.
No,
This
okay.
is
I think
about the
we should-
safest place.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we should just go into Walter's mansion and chill.
I mean, we're
For a
probably going to
bit.
get a knock on that door, too, because, the dude's going to come back at some point.
I will
So-
pull out another Vodro scroll. And what was the Arcanist's name? I don't remember.
Murdoch Kilkelly.
I will write him a Vodro scroll and be like, hey, hey there, guy. It's the people who interrupted you. We had to come back because, war. And we're going to stay in your tower for the night. Okay, thanks, bye. And sent.
Hey, comma. Hey, Gare. Just like, yeah.
Hey there, guy.
Here you go. Yeah, you send it off. And it takes a while for an answer to come back, but eventually you do get one. A little piece of paper flutters down out of the air, and Murdoch responds with basically, yeah, I figured you'd be back. Just don't destroy anything.
Oops.
Feel free to get into the kitchen.
Ooh. And by kitchen, I do think he means laboratory, and I go sneaking off into the...
That's what we call it back home.
Uh-huh.
But admittedly, if he's in Tourisaz, he probably knows that we're there from the giant-ass explosion that happened on the top of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, while Noah sneaks off to find the lab, Walter walks up to you know those big like glass cabinets that have like the two opening doors? He walks up to it and he opens the doors and he takes a piece of chalk and draws all along the edge of the cabinet, and he turns the cabinet itself into the doorway to the magnificent mansion. So everything inside of it just disappears, and there's just a portal now of like shimmering like greens and purples and pinks. And he kind of nods to himself, looks back at all of you, and says, whenever you'd like to come in, feel free. And he walks through.
I'll help Razvan up and head in.
Yeah. Razvan like half drags. The moment you get him like into a room, he just like face plants, and yeah. It's very much like Larkin was as soon as you guys got him back too.
I'll be
so dramatic.
I'll be right there. I want to try something real quick. Before I go in, I'm gonna head back up to the very top of the tower.
Okay. Do you take anybody with you?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna die.
Didn't like that question.
Yes. First we'll do Ben's thing. So you passed the lab before, you know where it is.
Yes.
But as you go back up through, the entire tower's like doors are locked. So
it's so funny. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
I mean, everything in this goddamn tower is just magic as shit. Even the mortar between the bricks is magic.
Yes, but is the lock magical?
Very.
Oh, well, it's a laboratory. He said to make ourselves at home. Dispel magic.
Okay. Hold on.
I think he said to help yourselves to the kitchen, but
This is the kitchen.
Before Noah walked into the laboratory, he just wrote kitchen on a sign and put it above the doorway into the laboratory.
It's spelled wrong.
Yeah.
Just backwards.
Kychin.
Yep. Kitchen.
And this is how we find out that Noah's illiterate.
Ben, go ahead and roll for your dispel magic.
Is this technically an ability check?
No, it's a spell.
Dispel magic.
Wait, yes, it
uses
is.
an ability
It is.
check.
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna cast. I'll give myself guidance. Oh Jesus, my D4 flew across the room. That's a nat 20 for a
45.
25.
Okay. Yeah. You just tap the lock and dispel the magic from it. There is a brief moment where, like, as it's dispelling, you just hear the, like... Do you know what a backdraft sounds like?
Like the suction of air?
Yeah, like the...
Yeah.
You hear that sound.
Oh.
And it just goes away.
Cool. I test the door handle.
It's slightly warm.
Is it locked?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay. There wasn't like a physical lock too, just to throw off the wizards.
It was all magic.
Okay. Cool. I will do a
Vox Machina.
Yeah, I will do what Christmas suggested, I'll just like take out a piece of chalk or something and write like "Kitchen" on it, and then push my way through.
Okay. Yes, inside you will find a for the moment darkened laboratory setup where it's not nearly as robust as like what Aubrey had in Yara, but Murdoch has, how do I put this? He's not a wizard. He's not a sorcerer. You would be able to tell he dabbles in natural magics instead.
Ooh.
So everything in here is basically plant-based. And you will also find that as you step in, on either side of the entry, 2 lamps light up on their own, and then 2 more, and 2 more, and 2 more around the whole room. And you see that up in the ceiling of the rafters, there are all kinds of different, like, exotic-looking birds up there, and they all, like, come awake, and, like, you start hearing, like, the tweeting and the squawking. And you also see in a far back corner that's sort of darkened from the rest of the room, there's bats in a, like, little roost. That they start to wake up a little bit, but they're not like disturbed. They like open their big ass eyes and like look at you. There are plants from all over the world in here. The room itself is set up in like kind of how you'd set up garden plots, but with counters instead of plots. So there's like horseshoe rings in a few places.
Keyhole gardens.
Yeah. And there's like there's no wall space except for where the lights are, because it's all like water appears blue in certain lights. This is actual blue water. Like it's not clear. And you see that sort of floating at the top of this tank, there are some weird little like lily pads that have roots extending down, and like little flowers. And at the bottom, you can see there's like rocky and sandy areas where different kinds of like kelps and algae that should not grow in the same water are growing together. And suspended in the center of the tank, there is what looks to you to be a just glass orb, just stationary in the center of the tank.
I imagine it's magical, since I still have Detect Magic up.
Yes. Probably every, like, 1 in 10 plants in here has something magical going on with it. That glass orb is the strongest magical thing in here.
What, type of magic?
This would be... Hold on, let me double check. Transmutation.
Hold that thought. We're going to go to technical difficulties for just a second.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Yay!
Alright, thank you for your patience while I debate how far out my window I can throw my computer.
Does that mean we're back?
That means we're back.
Okay, cool. You need to say the thing or I don't know.
No.
Okay.
Orb in the tank. Transmutation.
Yes, at what point did we drop out?
Oh, we didn't drop out. I just needed to take a... We dropped out when I said we're going to take technical difficulties.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But yes, so what do you want to do?
Transmutation. I'm going to walk up to the tank, and I'm going to cast Identify on the orb.
Okay. Let me just grab the specifics of Identify, just so I know everything you should learn.
Isn't Identify a touch spell?
Shit. Can I touch the side of the tank and use it, or...
No, because the orb doesn't touch the tank. It's suspended.
Okay. It is a touch spell.
I gave him a button he can't touch, and now he's like, no!
Oh, bet me.
He could climb in.
There's no opening.
There will be.
I was going to say, he can make one. Just destroys an entire ecosystem.
Let's.
I mean, he's done it
I'm
before.
going to. Is this only a creature? Ah, it's only a creature. Okay. Let's say I could vortex warp it to me, but I can't. That's only for creatures.
You could warp yourself into the tank.
That's true. I could just drown slowly.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna leave that. Is there any like?
Does it
I
have a
don't know.
label?
Yeah,
Does
is
it
there a
have a
label?
label?
That's a good idea.
Nobody
Is there a
ever
label?
asks that.
I
There
don't
are
even think to do
labels.
that.
There are labels on all of the like different plants and on like some of the animal like enclosures, but not the tank, except for at the bottom and top where the plants are.
What do those say?
The plants floating on the top are like different species of lilies and other like lily-like plants and flowers. There's a number of different type of. Don't ask me to actually name them. I don't know their names.
It's fine.
A number of like kelps, like saltwater kelps and freshwater algae growing together. And there's also, you would be able to find that inside of this tank there are a few like not fish but like a few underwater organisms or things that can live in water. So like up at the top there's a couple frogs in there. There's some snails.
Ooh.
And I take it back. There are a couple fish. There are like those little bottom feeders with the sucker mouths.
Oh, the Plecostomus.
Yes, those. Gross.
Okay. I will regretfully leave it alone because I don't have enough vortex warp to get myself back out of the tank. So yeah. Actually, no, that's a good idea. Let me look. Have I used that today? I don't think I have. Do you guys know, have I used my spell refueling ring?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I have. Okay. Alright, fine.
Tomorrow.
That's true. Is there anything else that seems like super interesting, or is it just like a bunch of ingredients and stuff?
Well, it's a lot of plants. The lab.
Ingredients.
Yeah. The lab is mostly like living plants and a few animals, but there is a small section where he has something stored that like he can't grow or rarer or come from animals and whatnot. He does have like a small stash of some more expensive stuff like residuum and black cascarilla, but like little bottles of it.
Yeah.
You do find that this like desk where he has his like basically chemistry equipment set up, the drawers to the desk are locked, but you do see it looks like he was in the middle of a project because he left something behind in his like set of beakers and vials and whatnot. You see what appears to be a half-finished mix of some kind that has made the whatever this potion is turn a matte gray inside the bottle. Like completely opaque matte gray.
Can I like swirl it and sniff it and like figure out what it is?
It's like very thin paint as far as like the texture goes. It smells like turpentine. And then some. It like burns your nose really badly.
Nice.
You can either make a nature check or an arcana check.
I'm gonna go with nature. Guidance.
Okay.
18.
18? This is homemade fertilizer.
Mm.
You're not sure what's in it, but based on like the smell. Based on the smell, you've encountered something similar that your dad has made before. That it's like it's a more like this would be what Murdoch would replace like manure with, basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, There's nothing interesting in here, so I'm gonna leave. And yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the tower. I can't relock the door. And I left that 25 cylinder lock behind somewhere. That would have been funny, but I've already used it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll just go. Is there a way to physically lock the door?
Not that you can see.
Okay. Cool. I'll just leave it.
All right.
Head back to the tower.
All right. I was expecting more shenanigans, but okay.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do.
Okay.
And I don't want to, take the whole stream up with me wandering around doing stupid shit.
That's okay. Hot Tatum. Okay. Christmas, you go to the top of the tower. What were you looking for again?
So we know the top of the tower is open.
Yes.
What does the surrounding area look like?
The surrounding area is tourist house.
Yeah, what does tourist house look like? Like specifically like the terrain and stuff like that.
Let me pull up the map for you. Tourist house. Just for reference, the tower is on the far right side of the map, outside of a little part of the village called Van Meer. Turisaz is essentially what you can gather is probably it was like a military outpost or a fort at some point, which is what this inner sort of walled-in area is. It's all palisades, it's not stone walls. It sits on the edge of Havelock Bay, so it has its own little miniature port. To the southwest part of the town is all of the fields that grow mostly sort of cold-hardy crops. And then the town is surrounded by the western Runewood, and the Bow River runs through the middle of it. Most of this area is very thick pine forest. But you do see that with Volo Station on the north end of the town, a sort of path is being cut through the forest to make way for the railroad.
Okay.
Anything specific you're looking for?
Yeah, like specifically to the northeast towards
northeast.
Towards Ansus. I know I can't see Ansus from here. It's very far away, but I'm mostly trying to get just a general layout of the actual terrain in that direction.
So the northeast, to the northeast, the coast bends northeast a bit. So it is pretty much solidly forest and mostly smaller hills on the way to Ansus.
Okay.
The coastline is mostly rocky. There are a few sandy patches and a lot of cliffs. And then, of course, you know that a fork of the Bow River also flows north of Turisaz, one going through, one north of it.
Cool.
Hello.
After finishing off Reziel, just to kind of give story to the level up that we got, mm-hmm. Christmas definitely felt like an influx of power after mm-hmm. doing that. And even though he feels magically spent, he's also very interested to see if he can finally do something.
Okay.
And he is going to look towards the northeast, where it is basically all just forest. Mm-hmm. And he's going to raise up a hand, and he's going to start wiping the forest away.
Okay.
The look on Ash's face.
And as he raises his hand and slowly wipes away, the trees start to disappear to the northeast. And then you'll watch as he starts messing around with little magic sigils in his hand and crafts these little cliffs, essentially these rocky formations in his hands, and he'll pick them up, and he'll send them out. And you'll watch as just this large sort of rocky formation forms in the empty spaces where the trees used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And what he's doing, in short, is he's barricading Turisaz towards the northeast from the direction of Ansus, creating natural rock formations and clearing out trees to make it so that if any sort of enemies did come from that direction, they would have to filter through small spaces and they would be wide open.
Ah, you're trying to Thermopylae them.
Exactly. And he'll spend about 10 minutes doing this, and I'm sure at some point he'll notice like people starting to freak out in that direction about like what's happening. And then after 10 minutes is done, he'll just put like it's like a barracks right on the outside of town. It's empty, but it's just a small little stone building right there on the outside of town so that they can fortify it. And when 10 minutes are done, I will stop casting the spell and I will go back downstairs.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
Get off. Good lord. So all of that does indeed happen. The forest is wiped away for a bottlenecking cliff, and a little barracks appears on the edge of town. And a number of people notice for sure, especially the guards who are on like watch, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And you will see before you go back down that like some people are dispatched to go check it out. But yeah.
For the listeners at home, that was Mirage Arcane. Look it up. It's really fun. And Jeremy Crawford gives players a lot of leeway with that shit.
That's crazy, OP.
The craziest part is that it's all real.
It's all
for
real.
now. It's
an illusion, but it's completely tangible and it's real.
Yeah.
And also, like, if I was gonna go real hard, I could make like lava and shit that people can actually be damaged by, and water people can drown in. And as long as I have enough vision, I can create cliffs and mountains and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
How long do these last?
10 days.
Yeah. Wow. It's illusory terrain on fucking steroids.
Yep.
It's great.
I will.
What level spell is that?
7.
Oh, okay.
I will at some point message Murdoch to let him know what I have done, but not right now.
Okay.
I'm sure he'll be notified.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, right away. So you head back down into the tower and find that a china cabinet has been turned into the entrance to the.
Did I gain another cantrip?
I go find my.
Maybe.
Yay!
I go find my room.
Okay. You find your wife. Yes. But is there anything else?
Can we back up a little bit?
Sure.
I didn't realize I had gained a cantrip
Uh-huh.
in this level up. Can you cast spells through Mage Hand?
Can you?
You have to
I
be.
I think so.
The hand lasts for the jury.
Arcane Trickster.
The hand can't attack, activate magic items, or carry more than 10 pounds. It doesn't say that you can't cast through it.
I think you need to be an Arcane Trickster to do that, though.
Mage Hand cannot be used to cast or deliver spells.
Okay, never mind. Then I will pick a different one. Continue on. Never mind.
Yeah, you would want Distant Spell, which I think is a meta magic thing.
It is.
But yeah. Boy?
Boy.
You're gonna get your tail run over.
That's what I call whenever Corey's playing God of War Ragnarok. I'm like, oh, are you playing boy?
Data boy.
Oh my god.
Data boy.
I mean, admittedly, I don't think I've heard him call him boy in the entire game so far.
I know.
He will.
Yeah.
He will.
He probably will. I'm still
Yes.
playing it too. I'm working through Alfheim right now.
I've seen most of it up to the actual, like, end event. So he'll say it. Anyway.
Another quick question for you,
Yes.
Taiylor. Is the Almatum magical?
Normal Almatum? No.
But the
Almatum,
stuff that Kit messed with is?
It is, yes.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Thank you.
Okay. Yep, that problem's still happening. But yeah, you guys head into the magnificent Dine Mansion and get a nice meal, courtesy of Walter's Phantoms and all that. Walter's Phantoms sounds like a great spooky show.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get a chance to rest in relative safety. Check notes here, but is there anything anyone would like to do with this time?
I would like to ask. Yes, I would like to rage. I would like to ask the house to take me to information about or lore that mentions pieces of a star or something like that. Like,
okay.
Mentions metaphorical stars.
You will see a very, very bright blue line light up on the floor, and it will begin to lead you down to Walter's library, where once you get in there, just reiterating that this library is a collection of what Walter knows. But as you get in there, you see that Walter's already in there on his auto writer, just tip-tapping away. He glances up as you walk by and just watches the line go and shrugs and keeps writing. But
writing novels.
Of course, all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I will be the world's greatest smart writer.
Yep.
God, what a voice to say that in. But the line will lead you toward kind of the back of the library, like a very distant area, where things are a little dustier, a little less well kept. And the line will stop at the foot of a bookshelf in the corner, and you will watch as a couple different books slide out about an inch.
Okay. I will...
Yes. Prepare to take your notes.
Yeah. I will pick one.
So the first one that slides out is you have seen stuff from this before, but it is a book simply called The Frostroker. It is essentially a book about sort of the Frostroker. It is Frost, F-R-O-S-T.
Yeah.
R-O with a slash through it. K-R.
Okay.
But the Frostroker is basically a book that contains all of the kind of the creation story, but also the sort of history of the Balin gods and their enemies, as well as kind of prophecies-ish of what will come to be with some of these people. You already know, picking it up, what it's trying to show you, which is the excerpt about Sultan Savin, also known as Sav. And Christmas actually recited part of it before. But it basically, this section is a poem. The Frostroker also contains like the poem that's on Foostrak's hammer. It contains, would contain sort of the inspiration for how Foostrak gets to Elend's realm. What is it called?
Volker,
thank you. So the Sultan Savin excerpt basically says a part of this poem says, "A foolish child cried into the void and opened the way to he who cannot be weathered by mortal kind. Even guised in nymphish beauty and elvish grace, the rotting star emerged to stalk every green and breathing thing. He walks slowly, ever so patiently, and leaves naught but dust and bone in his wake." Titan, I swear to God.
I love it punctuated by cat noises.
Yeah. The cruel warlord cannot match his death toll, instead fended off by shields and wit. The ghostly plague cannot inflict such prolonged suffering, kept at bay by herbs and medicine. The former boreal king can only dream of his year-round reach, relegated to a single season that will always end. All are but babes playing at domination in the shadow of famine, he who threatens all. Be it an empty larder or a lack of faith, men and gods can both starve to death. The quietest, most prolific killer of the Age of Frost, ardent bane of the merciful Reaper, he returns to fill the void left by his detested king. Sultan Savan Morderate seek Stjernegaard, names as numerous as the stars he rots out of the sky. In the forestallment of winter, in the slumber of brass, in the confinement of wraith, the patient horseman awakes, and the austral crown will be his.
Ooh, that's great.
Man.
Thanks! I wrote it myself. Yeah.
In an ultimate twist of irony, what's really funny is while Magda is reading this in the library, Christmas is literally going over the exact same passage in his own room, probably with his own copy, because that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Is going through all the shit we have about Sav.
Yep.
Yes. Fuck.
What?
Okay.
What?
Tit fuck.
Tit fuck.
Betty White tit fuck.
I was just gonna say that.
Yes, Ash.
Okay, so at the very beginning of the campaign...
Are you going to mention the crown again?
Yep. The crown that Aughra had, that...
The last time I read this to you, you had the same thought.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah. It was actually me. I brought it
up.
Yes,
you had the same thought.
We don't know what happened to that, right?
Yeah,
Sav has it.
I just gave it to him.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I don't know how that connects.
The crown was his originally. He gave it to Aughra, or he gave it to Jasper for Aughra, and then he demanded it back, which killed Aughra.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I want to focus on that. Can you send me that whole thing?
Yeah.
Please? Pretty please.
I'll send it to all of you. There you go. Sultan Savan from Frost.
There is something about prophecies and poems that make fantasy so much better.
Right?
And I wish I was good at them.
If you ever want any help figuring out how to do it, it's really fun.
Oh, dude, I have to come up with one for Mage's Book 2, and so I'm gonna need your help.
Well,
because I hate writing poems.
No, I can't tell you that. Never mind.
Okay.
Sorry. I was about to tell you who part of it was about, but no.
Well, I also wondered about the Boreal King.
Boreal King? So if you read through this...
That's Larka, right?
The Frostroker is a very well-known piece of literature. And it has been translated into practically every language in Atlaran, and it even exists outside of Atlaran. Some extraplanar entities hold on to this thing as to be this is when we don't go to Atlaran, is when these things happen that are in this book. So just running through it real quick, the rotting star, the famine, Sultan Savan Morderate seeks Stjernegaard, the patient horseman are all Sav. Those are his nicknames.
Yeah.
The cruel warlord, and the slumber of brass, both relate to the Horsemen of War, whose name I cannot remember off the top of my head. Guillaume, yes. Yep. The Ghostly Plague and the Wraith are reference to the Horsemen of Pestilence, which is Styonyx, yes. And then the Boreal King, and of course, again mentioned as King, and Winter are all Ilarka.
Yeah. Okay.
And you do know that the Merciful Reaper is Karth.
Okay. I'm gonna have to reread all of that.
Yeah, go for it.
At some point. What's the other book?
Let me grab my stuff here. So much
Astronomy for Dummies.
I mean, kinda.
Oyster farming for pleasure and profit. You will find a book about the 8 Horsemen. This one sort of goes through the story of the dissolution and the fight that happened beforehand. The section about Sav specifically basically says that his fight against the Balin was quiet and long-term, and he did very few things directly to them. But one of the major issues in fighting Sav was that he did two things that were really difficult to deal with. One was basically taking over the Underdark and anything insectoid and making them fight for him. And the other was that when he killed some of these like great fighters that were, the personal guard of like some of the gods, they couldn't get them back because their souls were locked away. There is one story in particular about a knight whose name has basically been lost to time, but they were a knight of Atlaran herself. They were one of her finest fighters, one of her finest defenders, responsible for saving her life and Tiamat's multiple times. And Sav set Ozdala on this knight, basically sending a gigantic scorpion after him. And once Ozdala killed the knight through poison, though he managed to severely injure her in the process, the knight, once the poison took them over, Sav came to take their soul away and had to fight with Tiamat directly to get him. But Sav, being a crafty bastard, managed to basically distract Tiamat away, and stole the soul while she was fighting what she thought was Sav, but was not. The story goes basically that I say basically a lot. The story goes that the soul was taken to a realm known as Stjernegaard, which is Sav's personal realm that he created to spite Ilarka. Ilarka, of course, being his father. Sav raised Reziel and Ozdala there, and there is a vault there that contains the souls that he has stolen. And the belief is that this vault, which is a physical place, is kind of comparable to classical ideas of Hades, like the underworld. And he uses these souls to make himself stronger. He is not a god who operates based on faith because he doesn't need to. He is someone who goes and takes his power from elsewhere.
That place is called Stjernegaard?
Stjernegaard is the realm itself. The vault is I think it's literally just called the Vault of Souls, because he's the only one who has anything like that. I can write that in chat for you.
Okay, thank you.
Sav has literally tried to take the Monomarig before.
Yep.
Yeah, the Monomarig has been a center point of a lot of shit, especially like Ilarka's time.
I call over to Walter.
It's almost like starting a war in Frosthold causes a big distraction on the complete opposite end of the world from where the Monomarig is.
I call over to Walter and I say, what do you know about Stjernegaard?
Don't go there.
We might need to.
And you hear Walter sigh and the tic-tacking stop, and he walks over and like takes off his glasses.
Do you think he types like he's got long acrylics on?
No. That'd be fun though. I feel like Tom's secretary types that way. She just has the super long, like, witchy nails, just like
just use the pad of your fingers so you just curl them up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he walks over, sees the books that you're looking at, and he's like, all right, well, Stjernegaard, as I understand it, is outside of the Demiware, but it is beyond a lot of the realms. It's far away, and harder to get to because of that.
How do you get there?
I'm not entirely sure. I imagine you could plane shift there, but I don't know what you need to do it. Also, I don't know if it's protected against plane shifting.
Here's my thought.
Oh my god.
It might be stupid. What?
Sorry, I just had a sudden realization.
What?
Noah will find you in a minute, because he just had a realization. Sorry.
In the distance, you hear, oh gosh!
Oh no!
Here's my thought.
Yes.
Here's my thought. If Sav steals souls to make himself stronger, he keeps them in this vault.
Yes.
If we let the souls out, for one thing, we will then be able to get back all the people that we're trying to resurrect, and he will lose his power. Once we do that, we can fight him more easily. He'll be less powerful.
This is all a good theory.
What's your hesitation on it?
Well, first of all, no one's ever been able to get there that has been recorded, at least. And I don't know if anyone but Sav can open the Vault of Souls.
That's what you think.
I don't know.
I can
Noah
pick
can
that
roll
lock.
like a 50 on lockpicking. So.
It's got a thumbprint scanner.
Those are easy.
I just lick it, it opens. Like,
Yeah.
yep.
No,
It might be worth a
fingerprint
shot.
scanners are the easiest lock to get around. At least the cheap ones are. Anyway, sorry. Yes.
It might be worth a shot, though.
But we don't even know what's there. We don't know what to expect. We don't know what kind of defenses he has.
That's true.
And also with...
Are you sure nobody has been there?
I also might be scrambling to go find Magda at this point.
Yeah. He says, I have never found a recorded instance of anyone being able to get there. I've read plenty of attempts, but they were all basically doomed from the start. As a reminder, there is still one more book on the shelf.
I thought you said there was two.
I said there's a few.
I thought you said there a couple.
No, I said a few.
Read the other damn book.
I'll read the book.
Okay.
The bookshelf falls over and kills Magda there.
Oh, shit. Remake the thing. We have to kick Ash out for the rest of the stream. Anyway, yes, this last book is not near the others. It's on a different shelf entirely. But as you take it out, it is more of a scientific book that discusses sort of the makeup of stars, what happens when stars go out, at least as far as mortals understand at the moment. And there are some theories that not all stars are actually stars. Not only are some just like bright objects, just something else, like a planet or a moon or something, but there is an unproven but strong theory that some distinctly like brighter stars are instead like maybe portals or even
Elder Scrolls.
Something else.
Elder Scrolls.
Sure.
No, that's straight out of Elder Scrolls mythology.
It is?
I fucking love it. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Anytime
was
you're playing
was.
Skyrim and you look up into the sky and you see giant moons and planets and stars and shit, those are actually, you're just looking at portals to different realms.
Cool. I didn't realize I stole that.
I will turn the book around and shove it at Walter's face and be like, there we go. A way in.
What are you talking about?
Okay, it's a long shot, but...
You think
What
there's
if
just
one-
some random portal out there that leads to Stjernegaard?
Maybe.
Why would Sav let that be a thing?
Because no one can get up there.
That seems like
He
a
lives on the
massive
moon.
oversight.
Sav is actually a werewolf.
Moon's haunted.
Oh!
Yeah.
He lives on the moon.
Ground control to Major Magda.
He's actually he's a Luna weremoth.
Oh my god, he's a weremoth.
He's a weremoth.
To be clear, Lorcan's thing is the lunar month.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sav's thing, I believe, is actually a centipede.
Oh,
Ew.
I was just going to say it's being an asshole,
He's a
but
Yeah, that's
werecenipede.
Sav's a were asshole.
He's a wereasshole.
It's a theory, right?
I guess, but it's... you're basing it on reading one book?
And a
D&D
bunch of other
works.
prophecies.
It's actually
was-
funny you mentioned that.
What?
I have a theory. And he picks up the Frost Roker. Says,
Every time you say that, it sounds like you're saying frost stroker,
yeah.
and all I can think of is you're like handing around a fleshlight to people. Like,
But it's an icicle.
Yeah.
The combination of those syllables is weird. But yeah.
You're like, oh, I just ordered my brand new frost stroker.
It's because I put an accent on it, mostly. Because if I just called it the Frost Rocker, then it would be different. But it's the Frost Roker.
That's a different sex toy.
Yeah.
I mean, a frost rocker is how Granny got her ass cheeks stuck on the porch.
Oh my god.
Just a rocking
No.
chair made out of
In a
ice.
bucket of hot water, my labia is stuck to the porch.
No,
Oh my god.
absolutely not. We're shutting it down. Walter picks up the fucking book and
Which
he
book?
opens it to the Sultan's the Frost Rocker. Yeah. He opens it up to this Sultan Saban section, and he says, "I think the first part of this is about you."
Oh no.
What?
And he
Not
he
again.
flips over and he says, "This is not me saying it; it's the book. Don't get mad at me."
I'm
A
getting mad at you
foolish
anyway.
child cried into the void and opened the way to he who cannot be weathered by mortal kind. That sounds like it's either you or Callum.
It sounds like Callum based on the history of events.
I am so tired of Ash being the main character in every
Yeah,
game.
me too. Me too.
Christmas is the main character.
Oh, cool. I
Don't
get
put
to be
that on
next
me.
in the chicken.
Don't put that on me.
No, nobody's the main character. It's just certain people leave more open for me to fuck with you.
Okay,
Ash
I feel like
and-
I did that in the next campaign.
You did. Ash and Koop are very good at letting me fuck with them. They give me all the ammo.
Hurt me, daddy.
Kinda.
Yeah, basically.
a little bit.
Anytime they hand me anything, I'm like, okay, so you understand that I'm going to emotionally shoot you at some point.
Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Yep.
And yeah, and he's like,
Reading
and
this.
guised in nymphish beauty and elvish grace. Who do you think that's a reference to?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What did you do?
Ow!
Meow.
Would you knock over?
Has Noah shown up yet?
I imagine at some point. No,
I feel like we're gonna meet like in the hallway going to the door.
Yeah.
Christmas and Noah get stuck in the doorway
Okay.
trying to go through at the same time.
They're like, no, I gotta tell her. Yeah, you guys
trying-
hear the library door just like burst open
I
in the
look
sound
at
of frightened Midwestern.
Christmas and I'm like, telepathy? Telepathic bond? Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Let's get in there first.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, you guys will find
Like,
Walter
force my
and
way
Magda.
through.
Yep.
You'll find Walter and Magda at the back of the library discussing a number of books.
Cool. Talk about something else for 10 minutes, and I'll ritually cast telepathic bond.
I really love what you've done with the place, Walter. It's only less monochrome than it was last time.
Only marginally less.
I haven't done anything with it.
Oh, well, then fuck you, I guess. So,
I found a ball in a tank.
What?
Yeah. I found like this big glass ball in a tank that had like salt water and fresh water in it, and I'm a little confused about how that was working, but I wanted to take it, but I didn't. I only broke into the lab.
how can you have salt water and fresh water? Wouldn't the salt water just turn the fresh water into salt?
I don't know. I think it would turn into briny water, or brackish water. But it I don't know, maybe it's like a filter or like a god trapped in a sphere.
It's like magic
I'm really
exists or something.
sick of gods.
Ah, yes, water ball god.
Yes.
All hail.
All hair Warble, the water ball god.
Horrible.
Oh no.
God.
Listen, Son and Hair is already a god. We don't need a water version of him.
Yeah, you know, and then there was like, I don't know, this tower is pretty boring. Nothing, not yours, Walter, but like the one outside the tower in the tower. We're doing towerception at the moment.
I don't have a tower. I have a mansion.
It's the same thing. All you wizards are the same.
Magda actually laughs at that.
All right.
Are you done,
Fine,
Christmas?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Oh.
And then we switch to
Yes.
telepathy.
Yes.
And then we switch to telepathy, yeah.
Hold. We're on break before we start this conversation.
No! Now I have to remember what I was going to say for another
Write
10
it
minutes?
down.
My
It's
God.
fine.
Write it down.
Because I have a feeling some of this is about to be somewhat profound and it's going to go on for a while. So,
Yeah.
Great.
We'll
Yeah.
see you
So,
soon.
yeah, we'll be on break. 10 minutes. See ya.
We have returned.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Just excuse me while I sit here and eat my 3-year-old lunch.
Light yourself on fire.
That's fine. I desperately want
Okay.
some dino nuggies.
I've got grapes, cheese, and ham.
Xana and I found gluten-free dino nuggies, and now every time we go shopping, we get them.
I've seen those, yeah.
Yeah, they're actually like pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Like I expected them to suck, but the cool thing with gluten-free flour is that when you don't use it in bread, It's great.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks at the thing it's supposed to do, but not at anything else. Because you want, like, crunchy and kind of dense for your fried stuff, so whatever. Anyway. Christmas just cast Telepathic Bond.
Mm-hmm.
So people have some things to say.
Who's going first?
I don't know.
Okay, we
What's
have
on second?
been.
Oh, yeah.
We've been looking up some stuff about stars and things like that. Walter here thinks that this part of this Frostroger is about me.
It's even worse when you say it.
Shut up.
Frost Roker.
Frost Roke.
My frost stroker.
See, Magda doesn't do very well at consonants, so.
You didn't summon him though. Callum did, so Callum's the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Indeed.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Which
means you didn't even get mentioned in the story. That's pretty sad.
Not this part of it.
Awesome.
I haven't read the rest of it.
So, I don't know why. I mean, fucking. I look at Walter, I'm like, you, like, also made deals with him. I don't know why it's so important to mention Callum.
I don't know if he is important. He's just the person who started it.
But how could he have started it? He was around.
He's the one who basically started all of this by calling Sov through.
No, there's so much shit that's been going on before
Well,
Sov
yes,
made
but
that
there
Callum.
wasn't... What I mean is, all of this passive setup has been happening for forever.
So this is the beginning
Centuries.
of the end, is what you're trying to say.
Yes, I'm saying Callum is the person who basically hit the button.
Perfect. So whoever wrote this only wrote the end of the story. That's kind of stupid, but okay.
I should have let Foostrak kill him.
It's just an excerpt. There is more to Sov's story, it's just not poetic.
I know. I've been fully aware. I've been reading it for the last 2 hours. It's nauseating.
Well,
That one wasn't mine.
That's mine.
Fuck, another cat!
God damn it.
I had one,
sneaking
where did
in.
this one come from?
I've been rereading it, and it really just seems to be that he's going to take over. There is something about the Austral Crown, though, which I believe is the... Oh, go ahead.
Is there anything about a tiefling in there who like saves the day or kills him or blows him up or anything?
No.
Okay.
But the
We'll fix that
Austral
later.
Crown... Okay, yeah. Maybe I just didn't get to that chapter, I don't know. But the Austral Crown, Sov gave Jasper a crown to give to King Audra. Or Ogra, not Audra.
Ooh, that's
Audra
confusing,
McDonald.
though. I can see how that would be. Yeah, that's confusing, though.
Yeah.
It's like a one-way difference.
Gave it to King Ogra, and I had to get it back from him. That was the crown.
Would anyone like to make me a history check?
Would I have needed to be there at the time?
What?
Would I have needed to be there at the time to make the history check?
No.
Cool. I'm definitely gonna roll with that. Honey.
Guidance.
I will try.
This is like a lore check, basically.
24.
15.
15.
14.
14. Okay, so Christmas. You have heard the phrase Austral Crown before in a different text. The Austral Crown is technically not a physical object. There are some objects that represent it, but the Austral Crown is a metaphor, essentially for rulership of the Southern Hemisphere, or at least of Frosthold.
Oh.
The Austral Crown is the physical version of the Austral Crown, or what represents it, is held by essentially the king of the Jotnar. But because the Jotnar have lost most of Frosthold, they technically don't own the Austral Crown anymore. The Austral Crown belongs to whoever holds sway over the majority of Frosthold. And right now, that would probably be between the GWC, the Rebels, and the Hesperian Empire.
So it's a metaphor.
It is a metaphor.
I fucking hate that.
Okay. Yeah.
Is the Northern Hemisphere, would that be the Aral Crown?
Yes.
Okay.
The Aral Crown technically belongs to Rhea Macambro.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Though, let me delve a little deeper into this, because there is some history behind these terms.
Okay.
The Austral Crown, as an idea, has existed basically since there were people there for the first time. The original owners of the Austral Crown were pretty much Jasper's ancestors. The sort of ancient frost kobolds. And a group of people known as the Blue Orcs, who are basically cold weather orcs that live down here, but there's very few of them left. The Aral Crown has basically belonged to the Elder Druid of the Monomarig since the Monomarig crashed. But prior to that, it belonged to the Giri, who lived in the far, far north. The idea of these two crowns does correspond with, like, the poles and the auroras, the Austral, the Aurora Borealis, and the Austral, or Aurora Australis, my bad. But they're basically representative of the two sides of the world, their brotherhood with each other, because they're so similar. I don't know if you've noticed this, but the cultures at the far ends of the earth are very, very similar.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because they came from the same sort of start. Even though they're different races and different languages, or some different languages, they do both share Thunar. They both share runic sort of heritage. And they share a lot of, like, daily cultural similarities, because the Giri and the Jotnar and the blue kobolds are all sort of not cousins by, like, evolution or blood, but just cousins culturally. They all came from the same place. And so the Aral king or queen or monarch or whatever.
Be Boreal. If it's the Aurora Australis and the Aurora
You're
Borealis,
correct. It would be the Boreal.
Okay. That was my fault. I thought it was the first word, not the second word.
Sorry, I got sidetracked. Yeah. The Boreal crown was sort of when it became an idea, it belonged to Ilarka. Like way back. Hence why he is often referred to as the Long Winter, the Boreal King, and all that. Whereas the Austral Crown, the first person that it would have belonged to before, like, the kobolds and the Jotnar and everything, would have been Sav, because he used to be Ilarka's right hand. So he's coming back for it, basically, to rule, or to take over half the world. But yeah, the Boreal Crown belongs to Rhea Macambro currently. And again, all metaphors, so they're titles, not physical objects.
Okay. So scrap that.
Also, the crown that you had had nothing to do with winter. It was a driftwood crown.
Great. Scrap that.
Yeah.
It's scrap.
It's a good idea, though. It's a very
The
good
other
idea.
thing that I noticed was it mentioning that he rots stars out of the sky. In this other book, it says that the one place who I wrote down the name, Stjernegaard, is his vault of souls. That's where he's keeping everyone. Where he's keeping Gwyn, where he's keeping Jack, where he's keeping Amelia. That was her name, right? Amelia?
Yep. Amelia Dunn.
Okay.
Would have been really awkward if it wasn't.
Yeah. So that's where he's keeping them all. No one knows how to get there. But this other book, I have just like books just all in my hands. This other book says that some stars can be portals, or it's believed that some stars up there are actually portals to other realms.
Wormholes.
Walter, you're obsessed with the veneers and
I'm not obsessed
Flame
with
Hard and all the shit.
anything.
I mean, you have Marin's portrait up in your house most of the time. What do you
I'm
have
not
on,
obsessed with them.
What do you have here on Hesperus, specifically the time he was imprisoned by Sav?
I have a few things. I remember the stories at the very least.
Cool. Has Hesperus ever recounted what happened to him when he was imprisoned by Sav?
Not in detail.
Oh, the evening star.
The evening star.
I never thought about that. Man, I've got so many
Yeah.
ideas of what this star could be.
Yeah.
It's actually that bitch is the star.
The whole star thing threw me off because they literally named his new tree the star tree, and that made me think of Hesperus and the time.
The sun tree.
Yeah.
The sun is a star.
I looked
It is.
in your. I pulled this from your notes, Taiylor.
What? Where?
It said
Where?
the star tree.
Where? What does it say?
Pull it up here real quick. I just spent the entire break reading through so much lore. Anchor trees
Anchor
of
trees.
Atlaran.
Listen, I have a terrible memory, so don't be mad at me if I can't remember everything.
Raku Wetu, also known as the Star Tree or Ola Tree.
I believe it's pronounced Rakau Wetu.
Right, but that's not the important part. The important part is that it says the Star Tree.
The star tree in English, yes,
Yep.
or the Ola tree.
Perfect. Yeah, that's Hesperus' new tree.
Hello.
Anyway, I don't know if that's related at all, but I do know that Hesperus was imprisoned by Sav.
Like Oya?
No, Ola. Ola, like the Ola stave.
I'll be right
Oh!
back.
I was thinking of something else.
No, yeah. The Rakau Wetu has been center of much upheaval since the dissolution. Used to be a 1,000-foot tall banyan tree. And then Laska destroyed it, thinking that Hesperus had betrayed them during the dissolution.
Mm-hmm.
But when she learned, around 200 E1 AC, that he had actually been captured, Laska grew a new tree from a cutting to make a new Rakau Wetu.
Such a cool name.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I made it up myself.
Question. Did anybody just watch that thing in Ash's room fall over by itself?
No.
What fell over?
The
But it's
thing
on-
next to your foot.
It's on camera, so...
Is that a rug? Yeah, what is that?
She might have tripped over it on her way out,
Oh,
and then it
okay.
rolled back into place.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
also
because
the
it
star
moved.
bed.
And I was like, what the fuck?
And correction, Rakau Wetu, I came up with the name myself, but it is a translation from an existing language. I can't remember what language it is. Hold on, because I want to give proper credit to the people whose language it is. It's is it pronounced Maori or Maori?
Maori.
Maori. It's Maori.
Yeah.
It's rough, Maori.
Okay, well, what were your theories there, Christmas?
Like, again, we know someone who's been caught and imprisoned by Sav and released. I don't know if it meant that they imprisoned Hesperus in, a garage out back, or,
We don't know Hesperus.
I know we don't know Hesperus, but in the whole wide world of Atlaran, there's only going to be so many people, or, lesser gods, that have had this happen to them. I'm just giving an example of someone
lesser god.
We could,
Yeah, he's like a big god.
He's one of the major ones. He's not an elder god, but he's a major god. No, wait.
Yeah.
Is he? He's Sarai's brother.
No, it's your world.
Yeah, man.
I think the elder gods are specifically Atlaran and her siblings. But anyway, I can't remember, so it doesn't matter.
I totally didn't realize the context of your message, Harris, and I was like, what?
Oh my god.
All I did was check my watch, and it just said imprisoned at an Outback Steakhouse. I was like, what?
Ooh, Alina! Oh god! Save her! Yeah. What was I just talking about?
Hesperus,
yes.
The
evening star. Oh, bless you, darling. Anyway, I love that woman.
Yeah.
Willow. She will forever be a legend. She's still out there somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, she's horrifying, is what she is.
She's wonderful, and Matt Mercer gave me the voice for her.
The
do you remember the two murder moms?
3 kobolds in a jacket.
Yeah.
Along
the eastern beak. Like, wow, she is Scottish as fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, Walter will tell you, from what I remember, from what little Hesperus has said that has been recorded about what happened, he was chained within Stjernegaard and tortured.
Wonderful. That's all I need. I'm gonna go find Foostrak.
Okay, I guess I'll just share my thoughts over the telepathic bond.
I mean, I can. Yeah, I mean,
I look
wear
at
your
Walter.
headphones.
I look at Walter and I'm like, you fucking said that you didn't know anybody who's been to Stjernegaard.
He's a god. It doesn't count.
Oh my god. We know people who know God.
All right, if you want everyone who's ever been to Stjernegaard, Sav, Ozdala, Reziel, Hesperus, that's all I know.
Technically,
right. Well, at least we know somebody.
Gwen, Amelia.
Shut up.
You want all the dead people who are there?
No.
All right, shut up.
I kind of interrupt. I'm like, and I hold up the jar with the Atlas Mothwing in it. Like, I had a weird idea, kind of inspired by my parents a little bit. Jasper said we needed the heart of a star to find him. And if Sav is... Say a heart or part?
Part with a P.
Of a star.
Oh,
P is in part.
No, an H.
Is that correct, Taylor? H is in heart.
Of a star.
Yes, the heart of a star.
I thought it was part.
Yeah, I thought it was part 2. Or part 3.
Sav was referenced as a star, and most people consider their children a piece of their heart, wouldn't you say?
That's the most poetic thing you've ever said.
And then we could use this to find him.
We could.
You clever little bitch.
Now we gotta be able to get there, though. That's the other thing.
So now we just need someone to shift us using the wing in a jar and just like shake it, like, you know.
Okay, don't shake it if that's
when you shake it gives off this like fine dust.
Oh yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah, no, there's probably some magic shit in there for sure.
Yeah, earlier when you cast Detect Magic, this thing is wildly magical, yes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. part of a fallen god.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna real quick. I'm gonna like take the lid off and touch it and be like, identify.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put the cork back on real quick so we don't like inhale it and all die.
Yeah, you get a little of the gray dust stuck to your finger. Yeah. Yes. Magic item. Okay. So, this is not an object that has a spell on it. It just itself is inherently magical. Distinctly, like, you'd catch some necrotic vibes and some divine vibes from it.
Necro vibes.
And some primordial vibes.
Okay.
Vibes. Let me check out his vibe. Bad vibe!
Oh my God.
This is identified does tell you the name of the object, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
This is the Wing of Reziel.
Okay.
It is
I do that.
essentially just a hyper magic item that doesn't do anything.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a piece of a person thing, creature. It would be like if you cut the arm off of a dragon, and yeah, just
That doesn't
inherently
mean we can't use it for what you were talking about, though.
Oh no, this is a super. This is like a super ingredient.
Oh,
Right.
wait, there's another thing. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. So this would be
Looking.
not necessarily there's not a... No, Sav has never had a partner.
Well, then how
Oh my God! No,
asexual
that
reproduction.
that pays to my theory so much more because if he's the star, he took a part of himself
That's
and
true.
created a child.
Mhm.
So, this was created
Yes.
through a spell that would be not dissimilar to like Simulacrum or even Wish, where you understand that Sav did indeed like take off a part of himself to create
Yes.
Reziel. And you also learn that at the same time he created something else from another part of himself.
Serena. Yeah.
Learn which spell created it. Any spells affecting the item. You would know that there is a spell affecting the item.
Okay.
I don't remember the name of the spell. There is a permanent version of Contact Other Plane on this item.
Contact other plane.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Do I have an idea of what that means?
It means that at any moment, Reziel could probably talk to someone from another plane.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I put the cork back on.
Uh-huh.
I shove it deep into the bag of holding.
Uh-huh.
It's like, no. And then I relay that information. So yeah, I think this is probably gonna work since this isn't actually like a child, it's like a piece.
right.
Like a tiny little sob golem.
It's a cut.
So we
It's a
could
cut-in.
Yeah.
we could, yeah. We could maybe forge that into some kind of weapon. Or
I pull out
Imbue
one of the
it?
ripcords. I'm like, I mean, it could probably take us there.
I could take one person there.
Yeah, we can make it better.
I also don't think that that's how the ripcord works. I think you have to set the location while you're there.
You do.
Now,
Oh, shit.
I will
yeah.
say this, Noah. You have actually... you've touched on something very important here. I'm like running furiously to Foostrak's room while I'm saying this, very calm. Well, it may not be the means to get us there. Those ripcords would be a very handy way to get us back.
Mm-hmm. That is true. I think I only have 2 though, and one's going to take you to the planar gate in the Astral Sea, and one's going to take you to the Feywild somewhere.
Yeah, can't we spend some time resetting the location on those though?
I've only got 2
specific realms that they go to. Yes.
Okay.
Because you have to make a ripcord out of the metal that corresponds to the plane, which you guys don't know what metal corresponds to Stjernegaard. So the one that's for the Feywild can only be used for the Feywild, the material plane, or whatever the third one is. I think it's the Shadowfell, because they all use the same metal. And the one for the Astral Sea can only be set for places in the Astral Sea.
And we do only have 2 of those.
Yeah, you can reset the location, but it has to be in one of those realms.
Right. But either way, if shit's looking bad, someone needs to get out of there. I would much rather be by myself in the Feywild than by dying in Stjernegaard. So, that's...
That's another thing I was wondering about. If he does have a vault down there, that's probably something I can get us into.
Okay. I definitely believe in your abilities, but we just need to get there first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm knocking on Foostrak's door.
You said there could be portals to it?
Yeah, there's like an unconfirmed scientific research thing that says some stars in the sky that are brighter than others might not actually be stars. They might be portals to other places. But of course, no one's been able to get up there, so no one's really been able to confirm that. So
is this how Noah invents space travel?
Yeah.
Well,
instead of NASA, it's Noah.
What are the
in all caps.
What are the chances? Do you think that airship could go to the stars?
That far up, I don't think it would be able to.
Why not?
I mean,
it doesn't run on fuel. It only runs on magic. It should be fine. It just
yeah, but the air pressure and all that stuff. I mean, I'm not.
Do you know about air pressure and like oxygen running out up there?
No, but okay, but
yes.
like.
Oh, okay. I wondered because like mountains and stuff, people have gone up, so I wasn't sure if we were aware.
I'm sure at some point
people have climbed Mount Gear and realized that you can't breathe.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a way to fix that. And then we could just take the airship to Stjernegaard. Stjernegaard. To Bill Skarsgård.
Yep. I mean, we could try. I'm not a aerodynamic person.
Have I found Foostrak yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not in his room.
Fuck. Where the fuck is Foostrak?
Where is Foostrak?
He's in... I would assume that Walter would have some sort of, like, room in here that's almost... Not necessarily a room, but, like, an area where it's, like, more wide open and could be, like, used as, like, a training area.
You know that he does. You spent loads of time with Gwen in there.
Oh, that's true. Foostrak is probably in there practicing a lot of the maneuvers that he and Weifin developed while, they were together. And trying to develop them a little bit more. Probably has the phantoms, like, attacking him. Like, they can't really do anything to him, just like how he can't hurt them, but, like, they can at least go through the motions.
Mm-hmm.
Just shadow boxing, basically. while he's brewing some tea off to the side.
Well, when I do finally find you, your presence is required in the library, sir.
Just my tea's almost done.
Bring it with you.
Bring it.
Yeah, we'll bring it with. We'll bring it on with.
While we're
Put
walking,
it in your Yeti.
So you remember that one time you were doing your little sit down chat with Atlaran, and I happened to be there observing. From our side. Does that only talk to Atlaran, or can that talk to other gods too?
Only LN, from my understanding. It is set to be recharged in a couple of days, though.
Can Atlaran talk to other gods?
I can answer that for you. Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would assume so, especially as long as they're on the same side of the Demi-Weir. I don't know if she can actually talk to Morrigan or not.
I don't need to talk to Morrigan.
What's going on?
Walk with me.
I mean, I am.
I know.
I'm trying to hold all these little cups.
I know. I'm just trying to think of where to start. I tell him everything.
Hanging on his horn.
Also,
Yeah.
what I'd like to know though is, I want to get some information from anyone who's actually been to Stjernegaard, and right now, if Atlaran is able to talk to Hesperus, we could get that information from Hesperus and learn a little bit about where we're going and potentially where it might be.
Oh, I mean, she always seems to know quite a bit about what's going on with us. I mean, like, she isn't all-knowing or anything, but, you know what? She might be able to see if he could be there. I was planning on using it once it was recharged, so...
Wonderful. Great question to ask while you're there. Also, it gives us a couple of days while you're waiting for that to accomplish some other stuff, too. So I think we've figured out the how, but it's the where, and also we still have this whole situation with Droval that we gotta help with, and that's going to give us a couple days travel time anyway, so it all works out.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about using it in front of everybody, because I have the feeling that's probably going to be what has to happen.
I mean, you used it in front of me. It wasn't weird or anything.
Yeah, you walked in on the middle of it, and to be honest, it was kind of a private moment. I wasn't the most pleased, but,
well,
you know...
When you live with roommates, you gotta get used to sharing your space.
Yeah, I probably should have put like a sock on the doorknob or something.
Yeah, I ignore those.
That's a weird implication.
BRB,
Just
fucking
means
my god.
private time.
She's a lesbian, thank you.
Yeah, Foostrak, I'll be real with you. When you have your private time, we know, because the sound is... Anyway,
It's only because I have the hammer out.
yeah, I know.
Phil, shut up.
Is that what you call it?
I imagine we'll get back to the library at that point. I filled him out on everything. I think the plan still needs to be go help Droval, but we have a way to get in touch with Hesperus potentially, figure out where this place is, and I mean, we have the materials. Walter, you can't hop between planes, can you?
No.
No? Okay. You got any books
We
on
all
that?
know that Droval is a dragon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure he can help us.
Yeah. Walter, you have any books on how to hop between planes, though?
I have a list of the materials needed for specific planes, yes.
I'm going to just start going through Walter's library for, like, stories on interplanar travel. Not anything actually, like studious, if it's there, but, like stories about, like, stuff that I would recognize as interplanar travel, even if the author didn't mean it to be that.
Isn't plane shift a spell?
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Portal fantasies.
Yeah, I'm going to look for perception check.
You will find it.
I find a copy of Perception Check. Cool.
It's one of Walter's favorite books. It is very worn out.
Ash is not even paying attention right now.
Nope.
No.
Sure is.
The latest.
I was looking at plane shift.
Yeah.
To see.
Trying to be nice,
it
and
is
she
a
doesn't
wizard.
pay any attention.
I'll give you a
What?
spoiler alert here. I'm 1 level up away from having plane shift.
Fuck yeah.
So.
Wait, hold on. You can do that?
Yeah.
How many levels do you have in Warlock?
I don't need enough levels in Warlock. I need 1 more level of Bard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because it says that Bard isn't on the class.
It's an ability,
list.
not
It's a Bard
Bard
ability.
thing.
Magical secrets.
Yeah.
I learn any spells from everywhere.
If I ever make it to level 19, Noah automatically gets access to a 7th level cleric spell.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Damn.
Even though I can only cast up to level 5.
That's awesome. Man, I miss playing Magic User.
Well, you can play
Especially
next
this
time.
high level, it's just ridiculous what you can do.
I know.
Yeah, cool. So, Walter, I'm gonna nix your recommendation there, and I'll do my own research. Thank you.
Right.
Cool. Who wants to go save a dragon?
Tomorrow.
Reagan.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
sure.
need to
Mhm.
do a long rest.
Okay.
Hold on,
while-
Jasper. You didn't do
Yes,
anything
yes.
today, really, aside from get caught in that cage.
Yeah.
You want
Sorry.
to do me a favor, real quick? You can send messages, right?
Yeah.
Didn't do anything today.
Cool.
My God.
I really need to stop talking so much. Can you send a message or two? You might need to explain the situation. Well, to said caretaker of this tower and town, and let them know that I am the one responsible for what has occurred outside. It will last for 10 days, and it is to help them in case there's an invasion from the direction of Ansus.
Yeah, that's going to take 2.
Cool. Thank you.
He knows we're here already. I told him.
Yeah. Jasper will.
There's...
Oh, no, I know. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, never mind.
Jasper will go off to do that.
While we're fucking around, can I make a healing potion?
Yes.
Cool, thanks.
Other than Christmas researching, what is everybody else doing? Cool.
Healing potion.
Yeah.
Drinking tea.
Great. So
Tea.
Christmas.
You said tea.
Drinking tea.
I heard something else.
I did too. The T
Yeah.
cut off.
I
Yeah,
heard-
no, I heard a
yeah.
pea. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I was just
Well,
like,
if you
sure,
got-
all right.
If you got the angle just right,
God.
your own little soda stream.
Ew,
Chris-
what?
Ew,
Should
what?
not be carbonated.
Harris? Too far. Koop. So with Christmas going through the library, so you're looking for stories of plane shift.
I'm basically looking for the in-game like bullshit reason why he would learn plane shift next level up.
Cool.
So I don't actually
Well-
really, yeah.
I'm not going to go super into it, but you do know, like, you know the difference between, like, what was obviously, like, a, something more like the Realm Gate or someone else sending a person to another plane. But as for actual plane shifting, like a person casting it or being able to access another plane, there are a couple stories that stand out to you. One being one following a knight of Ebonmain, who basically plane shifted to chase down somebody that Tiamat wanted dead. And another one follows a... What would they be called? What's the word? Follows a champion of Ursan, who basically worked with the Reapers, and they gave him the ability to plane shift to help them, and like move between the Reapers and Ursan himself. As for figuring out how to cast it, you know You know how to do it on paper. Because that's not necessarily a secret. Walter would be able to tell you how to do it on paper. But doing it in practice is going to take some work.
Yeah. We gotta figure out how to turn that mothwing into a tuning fork.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be weird. But if anyone can do it...
Yeah, I probably can.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could meld it into a tuning fork. Why not?
Cool.
Hold on,
Just become a magical blacksmith overnight. Like, see,
you
guys.
already are.
I know. I consider Noah more of like a magical tinkerer. I don't really think of him as like someone who sits at a forge, like, beating iron.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like very sexual.
That's what they called it back in olden times.
Yes. Beating thine iron.
Just gonna go quench my sword.
All right. Anyway. So y'all can take a long rest.
Question.
Yes.
While I'm just like in my room by myself, heating my metal in the middle of the night, I still have the ring of Taldanost. Can I?
Oh.
Because they were talking about reaching out and talking to Hesperus or like talking to gods. Can I try to reach out to her with it?
How?
I don't know.
What do you do?
I don't know. I'm just like looking at it and I'm like, okay, well, like,
God, it's me, Noah.
Like water lady, can you like the whale person? Can you help us figure out like how to talk to Hesperus or something? He's just like staring at the ring, just like rolling it around his finger. It's just like, I don't know. Is this on? Can I make like an intelligence check about it or something? I don't know.
Make me a wisdom check.
Oh, cool. My worst fucking one.
Listen.
Second worst.
Yeah.
Guidance.
Religion is wisdom. Okay.
Guidance.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh! 18 minus 1, 17.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. That's all. I mean, I think I've already used up all my things, I think. Let me look.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's infusions. Flash of Genius is gone.
Okay. Yeah, you're just like rolling it around your finger, thinking, whale mom. And,
You up?
where are you when you do this?
Just in my room, like sitting on the bed.
Okay. Yeah, nothing happens that you can see.
Well, fine. I guess I'll just go to sleep.
Okay.
Useless.
It's not useless, you're just not doing it right.
I don't know what to do to it.
Let's see.
Now we do long rest?
Yeah, go ahead and do your long rest.
Okay.
But yeah, during the night.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Hold on 1 second. Oh no, that's later. That's later. We're gonna. Nope. What?
Harris was just like,
yeah, that's pretty normal for Harris.
yeah.
Anytime I speak, that's mostly what he does. Okay, so during the night, Benjamin.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's me. Hello? It me?
I'm the pro.
Benjamin. Sorry, that's a Little Misfortune reference. During the night, as you drift off to whatever crazy ass dreams Noah usually has.
Blow up dreams.
Yeah. In the middle of it all, everything kind of like goes quiet and still. in the midst of like a completely different dream that you honestly probably won't remember, as is typical. And then you start to hear the quiet sound of waves washing up. And you realize your eyes are closed, and you open them to see a just vast expanse of sea out in front of you, and you're standing on a rocky beach. In any direction, all you can see is either water or endless forest behind you.
Is it night or day?
It is nighttime. The sky is black and full of stars. And there is no moon currently, but the starlight is bright enough that you can kind of see. And you see out in the water a little ripple the sea is completely dead calm.
Is it like real small?
It's real tiny.
Oh no.
You see a little orange
there a
fin
little bit of
poke
orange?
up.
Yay!
You see a little wiggly clownfish coming in.
I'm just gonna like stoop down and like stick my finger in the water and be like, "Oh, look at you! You're so cute!" And just like, I guess I almost said finger that fish, but that's not what I want to say.
No.
Yeah. You like you boop him and he like sinks a little and comes back up and he's just wiggling. And then beyond him, you see a like ridge in the water, like something moving through it very quickly.
Oh no!
And you see a whale breach through the water.
What color is this whale? Fucking Harris! God damn it!
And a gigantic orca surfaces, and you see
immediately like reach down and like snatch the clownfish and like, oh no, and like take him and like
the orca comes up and you see that like it's the normal sort of black and white, except the black is shot through with stripes and spirals of white, and
that whale's sick.
The white is all very lightly glowing.
Oh, it's disease. Oh no.
And the clownfish in your hands is just like wiggling and trying to flop all over the place.
I tried to put a little water in there. I don't know how well it's going.
It's not going well.
Okay.
But the clownfish like manages to wriggle out and like falls back into the water.
Oh no.
And he like swims his way up to the orca and you see them like boop snoots.
Oh, I thought he was gonna commit suicide. Okay.
I don't know why picking up Maz just is something that never occurred to me and seems so funny.
Yeah. But the little clownfish turns back around and looks at you, and you hear a voice in your head that says, well, come on. You want to talk to her? Let's go.
Who's that?
Come on.
Are you the fish?
You just hear a quiet sigh.
Oh God. What is this? Animals are talking to me now.
He's just looking at you expectantly.
I guess I don't know. Can I like walk on water now, or do I need to swim, or?
If you try, your foot will just sink into the water.
I guess I'll like very gingerly. I'm resistant to fire damage. I don't know how I feel about being cold.
Probably not
I'll
good.
just like slowly get in the water, I guess.
Yeah. All the
Make sure that all the corks on my stuff are really tight so they don't like get wet.
The water like fills your boots with that really uncomfortable sensation.
Oh no.
Yeah. But as you go out further, the like orca has pushed itself not so far that it's like stuck, but it's pushed itself up far enough that it's like partially out of the water. And the little clownfish starts swimming out to the greater ocean as the orca eyes you.
Make a wide berth around the orca, and I'm like, just stay over there, chubby. Like, you just don't leave me alone.
When you get past him, he turns and he like butts you into the water and starts pushing you.
Okay.
And you feel him like grab your jacket and you are pulled down.
Oh God. And I just Because I'm being eaten, basically, is what I'm thinking at this point.
But you are
It's
dragged.
the worst day ever.
You are dragged further and further out to sea as you see beneath you, in the midst of your panic, a vast forest of coral and kelp and all kinds of vibrant sea life that you probably haven't gotten to see very many times in your life because you're not exactly a sailor.
I have taken out a stick of dynamite at this point, and I have tried to light it, and I cannot because we're underwater to get this fish off me.
Yeah. And about, I don't know, how long do you think it would be before Noah would accidentally breathe in water?
I mean, my constitution is +3, so not super long.
But you're also screaming.
Oh, yeah, maybe less than a minute then.
Yeah. Eventually, when you are forced to inhale, you can breathe fine.
I'm just gonna go limp at that point and just put the dynamite back in my bag.
Pretend
since it's
to be
not
dead.
working. Yeah.
Orcas love that.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll keep dragging you further and further, and every so often you see a vent in the seafloor that lets out superheated water and dust. And the further you go, it starts to drop off a bit, and eventually there is a full straight down drop off where the water is no longer the water is no longer warm like it was over these vents, and you see just a trench beneath you. And it is pitch blackness, except for a very tiny, so distant that it's just this tiny line of orange, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet down. And the orca lets you go, and you are out in deep, open water, and you're not entirely sure which way is up anymore because you can't see the surface. But the little orange clownfish appears, which doesn't make sense because he would be way slower than the orca. Mm-hmm. And he just kind of wiggles up to you. And you watch his body start to elongate. And the stripes sort of blend into his belly, whereas the orange takes over his back. And he elongates further and further and further until you are looking at what is probably the combination of an eastern dragon and a sea serpent, with the long whiskers and the sort of short limbs, and a long ridge of fur down his back in solid black. And as he stretches out to be probably 20 feet long or so, you also notice in the distance a shape in the water that it's familiar. It's a person, but it doesn't make sense with how big it is. It is either very close and you can't make details, or it's very far away and massive, and it's getting closer.
I have pulled my gun, and it is leveled at the clownfish now.
The dragonfish, yeah.
Yeah, the dragon. Just what is going on?
And he looks at you, unperturbed by the gun. He says, "Patience. Just one moment. She's coming."
While I wait for you to eat me?
No. What makes you think you have...
That fat bastard over there just tried to eat me.
He did not. He was trying to give you a ride, and you wouldn't get on.
Ugh, I don't like this.
Just hold on. She's coming. And the gigantic shape gets closer and closer and closer until you realize you are staring at a person who is probably something 100 feet tall.
Oh, she's getting bigger.
She's always been big.
She's been eaten.
But as she comes into view, and you can actually make out details, you see sort of darker, weathered skin, very reminiscent of the Dulmaric or the Monomar. Long, braided hair that in some places has kelp or bone beads or other objects worked into it. You see a halter top that looks like it's made of sails all stitched together. You see a skirt made of kelp and seaweed and nets and an anchor hanging off her hip and a harpoon at the other hip. And as she comes up to you, and you're probably like 20 feet away from her face, you can also see like fine details of her face that she has tattoos everywhere. Some of which are the image are as big as you, and some of which are so tiny that you almost can't make out the details, even though she's so big. And you also see that on her hands, she has 5 rings. Thumb, middle finger, pinky, index finger, ring finger. And one of them is kind of familiar. You've seen an illustration of it before. But it's bigger now. And it has a red stripe through it.
Not the one I'm wearing.
No.
Okay.
But she stops before you. And just to look at her, because it has been 300 years since the time of the Obsidian Collective, and the Titans have become more involved in the world again. Especially Taiylor, who was holding everything up for the Titans who were missing before. Now that they're all back, they're a little more helpful in general. They look after people. So you know her face from illustrations and carvings. She is probably one of the more liked, but also more feared Titans. Mm-hmm. And as she pauses before you, she gives you a little smile, and you watch as Maz swims up to her. Well, you don't know it's Maz. You do. You would know it's Maz at this point. You know who he is. As he swims up to her, it's sort of a trick of the eye that as he gets closer to her, he gets bigger and bigger until you see him wrap around her, and his head rests on her shoulder. And you realize that his head alone is probably like 7 feet, like chin to top of his nose.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a weird optical thing going on here. But he speaks up and he says, "Welcome, Noah. You asked to speak to her?"
Sure. Yeah.
What?
Uh-huh.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Titans.
We're trying to, I'm sure you've noticed, like kill Sav. We need help, I guess. And we need to maybe talk to Hesperus on how to get there, or like what the prison looks like. You're really big.
And Taiylor looks at Maz, and he speaks up and says, speaking to Hesperus might be both more difficult, but also more easy than you think.
Okay.
He's
just like understanding that sentence, I suppose.
He's hard to find, but an avatar of his usually sticks around the world.
Can you be more specific? Do you mean like one of the Lycari?
No, like an avatar who looks like him.
Oh. Do you know where they are?
The last I know of would probably be Geralt Shell, close to the Ola Stave, near his tree.
Oh, please tell me this isn't this woman. I hope it's not Willow. That she's just like, I'm the avatar of Hesperus.
No, she's a prophet of Hesperus.
Oh, that's right.
Tadan, what are you doing, bud? Yeah.
Okay. Is there... okay, I guess we can try to... But we're not going to have time to do that. Maybe later. I don't know what to say. So,
Well, we have
what do
some
you-
questions for you.
Oh God. Okay. Oh gods. Sorry, forgot the S. There's more than one. Oh, you.
And he says, how did you come across this ring?
Oh, I stole it.
From where?
From some dude. Walter's father-in-law had a vault in like the abyss, and he had a whole bunch of stuff in there that it looks like he took from other people. So I was just like, well, he steals things, so I guess I'll steal things.
I misspoke earlier. She does not have a familiar ring with a red stripe. You have that ring.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm wearing it. I thought.
Maybe. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
She's still wearing 5, but yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like he got a hold of a bunch of stuff, and I specifically don't say that he got it from Kit. Yeah. So I just thought, I'd take it because it was there.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I think it belonged to Marin or Sylphie or someone. Or some other person. I don't know. It was one of those people.
Both are technically correct.
Yeah, they had a ring, and they talked to a fish and stuff.
Yeah, hello, I'm that fish.
You don't look like a fish, but okay.
I was. I'm actually supposed to be a dragon, but...
Is this Maz talking, or is this Maz talking as Taldanas?
This is Maz.
Oh, okay. I thought it was talking as Taldanas, and she's like, I'm a fish.
No, she's a whale. But you can see that while Maz is talking, Taldanas just has a little smile on her face.
Mm-hmm.
But he says...
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. I just, I took it on, I put it on, and now it won't come off.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but these rings are special.
Mm.
They're meant for the favorites of Taldanas, her champions. We stuck it to you because we wanted to figure out, 1, how you got it, and 2, why. So you aren't trying to become a champion of Taldanas.
I mean, I didn't know that was something I could just apply for.
It's not.
Okay. I mean, do you need references of people I haven't blown up, or
No offense, Noah, but I don't think you're our type.
Why is that? Offended.
I think it would be the fire and the chaos and the yeah.
Oh, are you telling me that your oceans are never chaotic and they're not sometimes accidentally on fire?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I just think you'd be better suited to Savros.
Wait. Oh, Savros. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I was like, what do you mean Sav?
Savros.
Yeah.
Or maybe his daughter, but
I mean, didn't you work with Kit?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
that wasn't necessarily that wasn't arranged. That just kind of happened.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like this.
No, this was arranged.
But it happened by accident.
You getting the ring happened by accident, but this meeting was arranged.
There you go. I mean, okay. What do you want me to give it back, or do we maybe get cool god powers to kill people with, or what's going on?
I think it might be best if you put it back where it's supposed to be.
Okay, where should that be?
Marin's grave.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe figure out why it was taken out, if you don't already know.
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one.
That makes no sense, Lauren.
I know.
Plead the
But you
fifth
know what I
what?
mean.
Yeah,
I'm not going to self-incriminate myself.
Yeah, it would be incriminating yourself, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, Maz nods. He says, well, if you would do that favor for us, I think we could probably send Hesperus your way.
Okay. We're going to the Thessa Ridge. We're going to go meet Droval Easterland.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you know him. He's, one of you.
He's not, but okay.
No, you're a dragon. He's a dragon.
No. That's not how that works.
Oh, I thought y'all knew
You're
each
saying
other.
all dragons know each other?
Yes, I am. There's like 6 of them. They all know each other.
Maz is
That
like,
is
yeah,
Racism,
we know.
it's speciesism.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It says we do obviously know them. They gave up their arm for Karst, but no, we're not related.
Oh yeah, first Shomaru. Yeah,
Listen, everything is derivative.
It's true.
Okay. Well, I will do that if you send us Hesperus, and also please take it easy on the person who I'm sure you know took this that I'm not going to name.
Oh.
What?
It was him.
No. Cool. Awesome. Well, desperate times call for desperate measures. He was trying to fix things.
We'll talk.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I just killed my character. That's fine.
I can't wait for that angry Vodro scroll.
Right.
What the fuck? Yeah. And or we regret to inform you that Mr. Kit of Volfira has died.
Yep. 700 years ahead of schedule.
Yep. Literally, though.
Right. Okay, well, cool. Have a good day. Please tell your fish to stop eating people.
What?
I just point to the fat one behind me again. I'm like, that one.
It's not fat and he didn't eat anyone.
I know, but that's why it's funny.
Maz just like looks at the whale and the whale's sitting there like...
You know how they always look?
Yeah.
Thoroughly done.
But Taldunost herself like moves forward, and again it's like almost it's optical confusion that as she gets closer to you, she stays the same size in your vision, but then she's in front of you and maybe 9 feet tall.
Okay.
And it's a strange thing. You're not sure how far away she was originally. It's weird. But also Maz has shrunk down, and she steps forward and she offers out a hand, like waiting for you to return the ring.
Oh,
or waiting for you to take it off.
I will take it off and hand it to her.
And she takes it and sort of spins it around in her fingers. And you see the writing on it start to turn orange, all the runes. And she kisses it and she hands it back to you.
Uh-oh. Do I put it back on? Or do I like...
They ask you to return it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it... I want to see, because it's a magical item, I want to see if it'll do it. I'm going to put it over one of my horns and like bring it down, see if it gets bigger, and put it down on the base of the horn.
It will, yeah.
Cool. That way, just in case I lose a finger, like we don't have to worry about the ring being gone.
More likely to lose a horn, but okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. But she nods to you, and Maz, speaking for her, says, "Thank you. We will reach out to Hesperus for you."
Okay.
All right. You feel yourself be seized by the back of the coat as you call him the fat one takes hold of you and drags you away. just at speed. But as the water rushes past and Maz and Toldanost disappear into the void of the ocean, you suddenly come awake as you hit the floor of your room and kind of go rolling a little bit. But you still have the ring.
Am I dry?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. I spend probably like an hour just trying to shake off the feeling that I've nearly been eaten by a whale twice. And and then go back to bed.
Yeah. What else do I have here?
See, the fact one. Disney's Robin Hood, y'all.
Yeah.
Turned everybody into furries.
I know.
Not everybody.
Shaming the whale.
He had it coming.
He had it coming.
Yep.
Yeah, come on.
I like this idea that Noah is not only illiterate, but like all fish are the same. They're just varying levels of chubbiness.
Okay. Also, I want to make
idea.
a correction to a thing I said earlier. The anchor tree of Atlaran, the branch, was taken by the Cult of the Eternal.
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure everybody knew that was the thing.
She's going to use that to break the tree, I guarantee it.
So, in the morning, excuse me, in the morning, you guys wake up pretty chill, pretty safe and sound inside of the magnificent mansion. Breakfast is brought out by the phantoms. And when you guys do come out, you will find Walter already up, sitting at his little breakfast table, reading over a copy of a Frosthold newspaper.
Is everybody there
Frosthold, Constanian.
Is everybody there when I show up?
Sure.
Okay. I just like plop down at the table, dark circles under the eyes, and just like, I got eaten by a fish last night.
Again.
But the good news is that the fish is going to send Hesperus to us, so we can just talk to him when he shows up.
Okay, that's...
No,
are we talking about our dreams? Because
I make sure Murdoch said the kitchen was where you could go, and I did see the little sign that you put above the laboratory, but tell me you didn't eat anything that was in the laboratory.
Not yet.
No mushrooms in there or anything like that?
Not that I saw.
Okay.
No, I tapped the ring on my horn. I'm like, you remember that ring I stole from the vault?
No.
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. I say, don't make me tell the story again. Yeah, so apparently it's, I mean, we already knew it was like the Toldanost ring or like whatever. So I talked to her, I think. Her fish kidnapped me.
And I went asked to talk to her
into the ocean, and then I talked to Toldanost, and she said, like, take the ring back, and then we'll send Hesperus your way.
Take the ring back to the vault?
Take the ring back to Marin's grave in Constanos.
We have to go back to Constanos?
Not right now. We can do it later. I'm just saying.
Well, if we want to talk to Hesperus...
Oh, no, he's on his way.
Oh, okay.
He's in Garrel Shell. It'll take him a minute to get here.
Right.
Like a couple of minutes? Like, I don't know how long it takes for gods to travel.
Everyone just turns and looks at the front door, like, expecting someone to walk in at that moment.
I mean...
Yeah.
Normally when people say people's names, that's when they show up, but that's a Ted thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
You guys just hear, like, Ted pecking at the door, and you hear, hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
Hello.
But yeah, so I guess he's coming this way. Eventually, he'll be here. They know we're going to see Droval, so it's fine.
Do they know that we are now waiting for Hesperus to show up before we can leave?
He can find us wherever we are. He's a god.
That's true.
Some would say he is within us. We carry him with us.
Yes. Stop.
Wherever we go.
Absolutely not.
Is that why
It'll
they...
be in my heart.
That is one of
By
the
Phil Collins.
creepiest things about religions, is the idea that God is always with you. Ugh.
I think that's
Hey kids,
you-
what
mostly
you doing?
Christianity.
Yeah, if you eat and drink him every day at church, he is with you.
That's
Yeah,
why he's
cannibals.
called Hesperus and not
Until you
Hesper
shit
them.
him out.
Oh! Oh, I fucking hate that.
I smell a new cult.
Oh no, that's Sonnenhair. Sonnenhair is the new cult,
Oh my
which is the
God.
entire Hesperian Empire.
The
Which is
Hesper
funny, because the Hesperian Empire is named after Hesper, but not Hesperus.
Can the Hesper thems be like a cult of non-binary people?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would love that.
There is
Canon.
no
The
gender.
Hesper thems.
Only the sun.
Only the sun.
Only the evening star. Willow is the cult leader. Canon. Canon.
Yep.
We're gonna
Thank
fight
you,
this
Koop.
cult in campaign 3. You're welcome.
Yep.
You're gonna fight a cult in campaign 3.
Ooh. Man.
I didn't take Fireball for Preston.
Well, I guess everyone do your thing, and then when Walter's ready, we'll zip on over there.
Does anybody have
Okay.
anything they want to do?
Mm-mm.
Walter,
Since
are
I
you-
took my long rest, I have a new feature that I power up while we're eating breakfast. So
Ooh.
Oh.
Walter, are you putting us on a circle?
What?
Are you sending us to a circle, or are we just gonna end up in someone's broom closet?
There are almost no circles on the entire eastern side of the peninsula.
So no.
No.
Okay. That's all you had to say.
Should we maybe find out what Augur Post is like before we go?
It's a trading town. You trading there.
Yeah, but
Trading people.
who's controlling it currently?
Isn't that... Didn't they say it was safe right now?
Who's they? The Hesper thems?
Fucking Alistair. He said that everything's under control there, so we don't really have to worry too...
He said everything is mostly under control, and I'm assuming that meant Fessa Ridge.
Well,
no,
then...
mostly under control. When did you guys talk to Alistair?
Last night.
Last night.
Oh, yeah. No, things are
10 minutes
mostly
ago.
under control he said in Thessaridge, but also in Awas.
Okay, well,
I mean-
I don't know. Send him a message really quick and be like, hey, yo, what are we coming into?
Nah, I'm gonna save the spells.
Surprise, it's death.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real, guys. This is kind of our MO. We show up somewhere and start shooting. So, if it's bad, it's bad. If it's not, well, they'll know because we have these things, the little armbands that they gave us.
About that time.
Oh god.
Yeah, I love that that's the phrase. That's the phrase that makes everybody go,
About
fuck.
that time.
Yep.
You all hear knocks on the front of the mansion.
Come
And
in.
Walter...
No.
Walter stands up and
It's
goes...
Serena.
I'm sorry.
Goes out
Yeah.
of the
Not my
goes out
house.
of the dining room to go answer the door. And after a minute, you hear him call out,
Help.
Noah,
Yeah.
you have a very prestigious guest.
Oh, okay.
Is it Noah's mom?
I mean, that would be a very prestigious guest.
Haha.
I bet it's not. I will rush out there.
And Walter has the door open, and you see it's your mom.
Oh.
Yeah. And
She's the avatar of Hesperus.
No.
Oh, Christ.
That would be
That'd be
hilarious. But no, she's standing there with her hands on her hips like she usually does. And she's like, hi, bud.
Hi there.
Hi, come here.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
she comes up and gives you a big hug and everything. She says, so, I got some good news.
Okay. First of all, just checking. Dad's not been kidnapped.
No.
Okay, and he's still alive.
Yeah.
How are all of his limbs?
Despite his best efforts. And I'm sorry, what?
How are all of his limbs?
We did have to replace the leg again.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I don't care about the wooden ones.
Well, this one wasn't his fault. This was an accident. But yeah.
Oh.
But
okay.
Anyway, good news.
Okay.
We think we've got Rolliger Isle completely clean.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
So basically what we've set up now is a perimeter around Vern, keeping the Almatum from spreading. We've got all the stuff that was starting to get into the outer forest that's contained, all set up there. And we've got Kit and Kenna working at making us a path into the Awas tree.
Okay.
But yeah, that's some good news.
Yeah.
Also, we checked in with all the shops everywhere, all around the world. And I noticed you've been visiting a couple of them.
Oh, yeah.
So
did they tell you I got a boat?
A what?
I got a boat.
You got a boat?
Yeah. Big one. Flies in the sky.
You got an airship.
You literally sent a message to your mother telling her that.
Did he?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's how she sent the Davenport to the boat.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Listen.
It's okay.
I've had a tough couple of weeks.
You're good.
But yeah. She says, sorry, I'll back up. And she says, yeah. We're gonna go see that as soon as possible. But you got the Anacron?
Well, it's called the Stella Libertatis now.
That's a good name. I like it.
Yeah.
But you know that's like the biggest ship in the world, right? Or the biggest airship in the world.
It's a decently sized boat.
Yeah. It's hundreds of feet long. It's big.
Yeah. It's okay.
Do you know what kind of crazy shit you could do with that?
Well, I mean, I imagined we were gonna, grow the business and take over the world, but...
Well, I mean, it's your ship, honey. You don't have to do stuff with the business.
We're gonna expand the business. Let's do that.
It would be kind of cool to have like a traveling shops. That'd be interesting.
I had an idea, and I kind of leaned down close to her. I'm like, I had an idea about maybe reverse engineering the arcane engines and figuring out how to do maybe like private flight.
That sounds like a good way to kill yourself, hon. Good luck.
Thanks.
It's not that she's unconcerned. It's that the pursuit of science. But anyway, she says, I will definitely help you out with that. Because we all know that I'm the mechanical brains here. Like, you too. But I'm your dad's engineer.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, mostly I just don't want him on the boat.
No. If we ever do take him on the boat, I'll make sure to handcuff him with some, like, arcane handcuffs. That'd be great.
Cool. Yeah, just don't let him touch anything, because apparently some of the rooms are explosive.
Yeah. Yep, I've been on board a magical airship before. I know how crazy they can be.
Man, everyone's just going to ignore the magical handcuffs thing, huh?
No, I'm not ignoring it. I'm kind of stuck on that right now. Do you just always keep those with you? Like, is that, or do you keep them? You know what?
And Christine reaches into her bag and pulls out a pair of handcuffs.
Okay, good.
She's like, yeah, you want to try them?
Ooh.
Come here, bud. And then she walks up to you. And you see her
I'm
take
going to make you my bitch, bud.
You see her take them by, like, the base where the locks are, and she presses a button, and they get bigger. And she, like, slaps them around your wrists, and they click into place.
I want to see if Christmas is able to get out of these. Because this is, like, if Christmas is good at two things, it's playing cards and getting out of handcuffs. So this is, like... This is the end of my character arc right here. Can I get out of these handcuffs?
I thought the end of your arc was getting a gun, and then another one was like all the crow shit.
No, this is really it.
Okay.
So I will. I'd like to try to escape these handcuffs.
By what means?
Sleight of hand.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Roll a sleight hand.
It all comes down to this.
I have the DC.
All right. Well, it was an 11, but it's also plus 13, so it's a 24.
Is that it?
If it starts with a 2, yes, that's it. We're not all Noah.
Yeah, you.
Some of
you
us
struggle.
are only very successful, not impossibly successful. Sorry that I'm being compared to the perfect older child.
You struggle with them for a while, and Christine just watches you with a little grin on her face. But no, you do not manage to get out of them.
Can I try to pick them real quick with just like one hand?
You can.
Okay.
Well, hold on.
Because
Okay. I only tried to get out of them. Now I would like to try to undo them. Because I also have thieves' tools. And
So there's a fun fact about these handcuffs. They do not have a hole where the lock is.
Interesting. But I still wouldn't be able to do anything with thieves' tools.
Boy.
Boy.
What? I think you're gonna have to test that again.
So
Yeah,
I can't do
please.
anything with thieves' tools.
Unless you can figure out how to get at the lock.
So, I mean, the easy way to
Don't
do
you
this...
just have dispel magic?
I ain't using a spell that powerful on this. Christine, these are wonderful. Thank you. Can you get me out, please?
Yes.
Can I
And
try to
she-
get him out first?
Go ahead.
I just want to see if I can do it.
Okay. I'll say that to Christine, but I'll actually put my hands over to Noah while I say it.
He just touches them and they fall off.
Okay. It's only 27.
For a lockpick check?
Only 27.
Yeah.
Only.
No. You can't
I rolled
figure
a
out how to
6.
get into them.
Okay. Okay.
You
That's
even
fine.
try like pushing the lockpicks into the spot where like the manacle goes, and you
Mhm.
can't find where the lock mechanism is.
I bet you these are a 30.
That's my bet as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. These are wonderful. Please let me out.
Oh, you want out now, bud?
Yes, please.
Okay. Only because you said please.
We have two. I
Oh my
mean,
God,
Christine,
I
I'll be
don't
honest
want to
with
be
you.
privy to this.
I
I
could-
don't
Tell
want
me
Good.
about me first.
Very, very
Christine-
easily.
Right.
Christine reaches up and she takes them by like the base of the mechanism and just touches them, and they pop right off.
Thank you. I'm just letting everyone know here. I could very easily get out of these. However, we
Yep,
have
that's what it
more
looks like.
important
Right.
things to spend magic on. Okay.
We
More important
believe
things.
you.
Insight check.
Right.
Get fucked, Wrenly. My insight check was 18, which isn't very good.
Yeah, I
At this
made
level,
no
it's not very
checks
good.
whatsoever.
Okay, gotcha. Anyway.
I kind of turned to him like, is there any other news, or was that all of it?
Well, that's the big. Meow. She says, "Well, that's the big thing. Also, well, maybe I should save this for when your dad's around."
No, but what's going on? You guys are getting a divorce?
No.
Okay,
Never.
good.
Good God, no.
Christmas's
In fact, kind
eyes
of the
light
opposite.
up for just a second, and he's like, no, never mind.
It's like says, well, since you're all grown up and out of the house now.
You're
Oh,
being
God.
cut off.
That would be hilarious.
That would be funny.
No more money.
Says we were thinking about maybe having another one.
Oh no.
What?
What?
You're away from home all the time. What the fuck do we have to do?
Get a pet.
You are literally out there saving the world. What do you need another baby for?
Because they're cute.
When Christine says that they're thinking about having another one, Foostrak's eyes light up.
I see Foostrak. I have a passive perception of 19, but I'm going to completely misinterpret it and be like, oh yeah, Foostrak's got a baby. I'm sure he'd like to have theirs.
Titan, stop.
Playing despair.
Stop it.
Passive perception, 19. Passive insight, 9.
Oh my god.
You see all and interpret none.
Exactly. That explains so much about Noah.
Yeah.
It really does. Says, yeah, we're thinking about that. Haven't set anything in stone yet, but
Taking Foostrak's baby?
What? No.
You don't want him. He just got threatened by a god, and that's not good for anybody's parenting.
I mean, to be fair,
And
Noah
also, I'm
is
kind of
currently
attached.
being threatened by a god, and these are his parents. So
And a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What flavor are you gonna get?
Blue raspberry.
We're getting a blue tiefling this time.
Wait, are tieflings flavored?
Yeah.
If you try hard enough, everything is flavored.
Actually, I wouldn't know that. I've spent enough time in certain places. Anyway.
Oh my
Sal's
God.
like, excuse me?
This is far too horny. I don't.
Look,
Gotta try them all.
we'll have that conversation later. There was a long time where I didn't know you
vanilla
existed.
tieflings, there's cinnamon tieflings, there's blueberry tieflings, like Jester.
Yep.
There's even chocolate tieflings, I believe.
If you're lucky, you get one of those Werther's flavored ones, although they're kind of old.
It's like a shiny tiefling.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah,
They
shiny
got
tiefling.
like a
They have
One in
wrapping
4,000.
paper.
beautiful skin. Says so. Yeah, we're talking about that right now. That's in the works.
Oh boy.
Maybe wait until the apocalypse is completely
we're not
averted.
We're not gonna do it right now. Good lord,
Just
we got shit to do.
Are you guys gonna do it the old-fashioned way, or are you gonna go pick one up somewhere?
Unfortunately, it doesn't work the old-fashioned way for us.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you're going to the corner store, grab one real quick. No.
No.
Noah,
We got this big boat now. We can probably get one from anywhere. If you
Noah,
want.
I have a very important question to ask you.
Yeah.
Christine, this is not a knock against your parenting at all. This is just this is
Excuse me?
purely no, hold on. No, for real though. He's
I know
not the most perceptive one.
Be careful.
He's not super perceptive. So I'm sure if you did teach this, which I'm sure you did teach this. I'm just not sure if he caught on. Noah, please, for the love of all of the gods, tell me that you know where babies come from.
Yeah. You go to Lochmanos and you pick one up.
But how did your birth parents?
Nope.
How did that happen?
Nope, just leave it. That's
What do you mean,
He's
birth
got it.
parents?
Oh,
he
God.
knows he knows exactly what he's talking about. It's good. We can move on.
For the record, yes, I did teach him, and he was grossed out.
Okay, gotcha. So he's actually
That's fair.
deflecting right now. Gotcha. Okay.
That, or it was so traumatic that he wiped it from his brain.
That he does have the ability to do that.
Yeah. Other than that, I did make a stop through AWAS recently. Recently being yesterday. Titan! Shut up!
It's like fucking Godzilla in the background.
Yeah.
God.
Oh my god. I'm just imagining, like a cat meowing and then the Godzilla noise.
Oh god.
Says, but yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick update because I was stopping through to talk to Murdoch.
Look at that tail back there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Swish,
She's feeling
swish.
frisky.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's a Titan, stop your attitude. Zena, do you want to kick his ass for me? Yeah? Come here. Good thing. Come on. Anyway, she's coming. She meanders. There you are. Okay. She says, but yeah, I was stopping through to talk to Murdoch, but he's not fucking here. So, even though I like seeing you guys, this is kind of a wasted trip.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
I see. We've already got a make-believe baby, and I'm already no consequence. I see.
Christine,
Yeah.
real quick before you leave, if you meet anyone that needs a morale boost of any kind of sort, we
Watch
sort of
Ted Lasso.
On Apple TV.
It's free therapy, I swear. No, it's great. Really. Christmas woke up this morning and his hair is all brown and he just has his mustache. He shaved the rest of the beard off.
Yeah.
And he's wearing a tucked in polo.
Ew.
No, we kind of stumbled into a fight with Reziel, who is Sav's son.
Oh, yeah.
And well, we're still standing and he ain't. So
Better than ever been.
you're not the only bearer of good news this morning.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, you killed a minor god?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd take out the
We
wing,
do-
kind of shake it a little bit.
We do that now, apparently.
Yeah. We've killed 2.
That was
Kinda.
that was an archfey,
Well,
and that's
that was- yeah.
also very, very
Hmm.
cool. You know, that's
To be fair, that one was an accident.
yeah.
So is that why there's another guy outside waiting for you?
Who's that?
Who?
I don't know, some big tall guy, dark orange hair.
Yes.
Oh, that's probably Hesperus.
What?
What?
I opened the door.
Yeah, if you poke your head out, standing there in the middle of the room, very patiently waiting, is what at first would look to you like a fire genasi. Very tall, very dark brown skin, a sort of flaming mane of hair. Looks a lot like Flameheart, but like more Garelshellian by the way he dresses, and he's also taller and buffer. But he's wearing what are those skirts called? The
skirts.
Kilt?
There's a type of skirt that different Polynesian cultures wear, especially the Maori. I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, wearing that, and he's just standing there glancing around.
Is it
Kind of look at him and be like, hey there. Were you sent by the fish lady?
And he turns and looks at you. He says, yeah,
Fish mom?
I'm supposed
Ocean
to speak.
woman?
I'm supposed to speak to a Noah Kuroka.
Yeah, that's me. Do you want to come on in?
Do I have permission?
I mean, you do for me. You're gonna come on in. That's fine.
And he steps up and steps through the doorway. And
Is he a vampire?
no,
Insight
you can't get
check.
in unless the the spellcaster lets you in.
Yeah.
You can also check if you want to know if he's a vampire.
Passive insight of 9. Let's insight check.
Yeah, go for it.
I rolled a 10, so 9.
Okay. Probably a vampire.
Probably. Okay. I pull my collar up a little higher and just okay.
I like to imagine that Noah is like
idiot.
who was the character in Critical Role who's always asking, or not Critical Role, Dimension 20, the orc boy. Gorgug, who's always asking people if they're his dad. And Brennan's just like, go ahead and roll a check. And if he rolls low, he's like, he might be your dad. And
Like
she
everybody.
might be your dad.
That's one of my favorite Dimension 20 subplots.
In Fantasy
ever.
High.
Yeah.
Or he rolls a natural 1 and it's like, in all your time, it's never crossed your mind, but suddenly you think, maybe you're your own dad.
Your own
Oh my god.
But anyway, yes, you all see a tall, fiery-haired person step in, whom most of you would recognize because you've seen his image in many, many places. The most probably prominent of which would be the Forgotten card in any tarot deck. But as he steps in, he kind of has to duck through the door because he's like 8-9 feet tall. But he steps in and glances around, looks over all of you.
I'm just like, hey, look, the wet woman kept her promise.
You are just in time for breakfast.
I ever doubt anything Noah says because it's always true.
Well, I don't know about always.
This is the fun part, is that Kit lied about everything, and Noah almost never lies.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when he does, it's real obvious. But yeah, Hesperus sort of looks over all of you, not sure what to make of anybody. And he says, was not expected?
You
Well, we were expected.
But also, the way in which you were expected was a little... we weren't sure.
Okay. I was told I was needed for something.
Yeah. Do you want some breakfast? Because I feel like food and trauma go together well, than just trauma.
What are we doing that's traumatic?
You've heard of
we
Sob,
should
right?
probably sit down. Let's all sit down for this. I'll make some tea.
Trauma soup.
Yeah, and he sort of follows along. And Christmas, you especially, like looking at Hesperus, you're like, this is why Flameheart looks the way he does.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hesperus is definitely like, he has a wilder look about him, but also is much more, even though he looks wilder, he's actually even more contained than Flameheart is. He's very like, his movements are very like gentle, and like he's careful of everyone and everything around him. And as he follows along, he's like, his movement is mostly silent. And he seems like curious about what's around him, but he has this sort of calm but melancholy about him. And as you guys get up to the dining room, he takes a seat and like he's very polite. He thanks the phantoms like when they do things, and they like put breakfast in front of him, and he looks at it very confused because he probably has not eaten in hundreds, if not thousands, of years. And he
do we want to save the big long conversation because it's almost 3?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Every time.
Every time.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
I'm just
every
making
break,
sure.
every end of session.
Yep.
This is like every time I use Alexa as a timer. Sorry to all of the people
you have 1
with
second
Alexas
left
in their home. Yeah, every time I use Alexa as a timer, I get to that point where I'm like, Alexa, how much time is left? You have 10 seconds left. And I'm like, why do I even bother using you anymore? I know when the food's done. I just don't know that I know when the food is done.
But yeah, Hesperus takes his spot and looks around at all of you and says, I think I actually have an idea of what you're going to ask me. Based on what I know about you, nobodies.
Okay.
Man, that name is just following us around a lot. But, I mean, it's fine.
Well, you've gotten our attention, but also you, Foostrak. I've been talking to my sister-in-law. She's very fond of you.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask her to see if, like, you could pop in a couple of days, but, I mean, you're here now. And, I mean, if you know what we're going to ask about, we should probably start by saying sorry that we're going to ask about it.
It's okay. It's been a long time since it happened. And I have a feeling it'll be helpful, at the very least. The only people who really know the story are my sisters.
You can tell us as much or as little as you want. We just need to know certain things.
Yep. Just pretend that we take like a week-long pause, but it'll only take like 10 minutes in real life.
Technically, it's going to be a 2-week pause.
Yeah, it's just
3 week. 3.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
This
that's
is our
right.
last one for the year.
Just take like 5 minutes to think about it, but it might feel like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I've been just like, well, I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll pause there before the big convo, and we will pick this back up in the Januaries.
In 2023.
Damn, that's
So yeah, we will not have streams on the 24th or the 31st because we will be doing things or hating Christmas, whichever.
This is going to be a very complicated time of year for me, and by complicated I mean confusing.
Okay.
Because every time someone says Christmas, I'm going to think of the D&D character.
Yes.
And then when I try to talk to other people about Christmas, the D&D character, they're going to assume that I'm talking about the holiday. It's going to be fucking weird.
Remember that time that Christmas shot someone in the face?
We're like, what?
The holiday?
Yeah.
To be fair, it shoots us all in the face every year.
Oh my god.
But yeah, we'll be back on
Christmas
January 7th.
never warns.
We'll be back on January 7th. And hopefully be a little more steady than we've been. I don't know of anything coming up in January that'll make us miss or have to push things. But yeah, we'll go on our little holiday break. And we'll see y'all next year. But I think that's the majority of stuff. Oh yeah, I gotta actually say the thing. So thank you everybody for joining us. You can catch us on Twitch 11 a.m. Eastern on Saturdays. See our VODs and podcasts the following Wednesdays on YouTube, Spotify, and other podcast platforms. We are a little bit behind right now because I got stuck in fucking Florida. And I haven't gotten a chance to update the notes or put up the video, which by the way, last session was our 50th. I didn't even realize it. So happy 51st. But yeah, I already went over the schedule changes, so thanks for joining us and goodbye. Have fun with snow.
Bye-bye.
Happy New Year and holidays.
My next D&D character, Florida.
Happy time.
Odd lang syne.